Good afternoon, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. I am your host, Admiral Tryhard, joined in the booth by Woat. How are you doing, Woat?
I am doing excellently. I'm just getting chat up, and this is going to be hilarity.
Yes. Welcome to the bracket section of the Final Fantasy 2022 Spring Tournament Kraken Games, and we're kicking it off with some shenanigans. What would you like to tell us about these?
I was going to say, so Sawneyrath and Chanigan have decided that they're just going to do all three races if they need a third race, one after the other. So immediately after this race, they're going to do round 2, and for each round, they've stacked some shenanigans. In this one, we have 4 forced. No nuns, but, well, you can see what they were given. A thief, 2 fighters, a black mage. We'll get to Blursings in a minute. We've got a proc gen waterfall tonight, which I just think is a fun flag, not really shenanigan-y. Fighting a buff Bahamut, on the other hand, in order to class promote, is a bit more shenanigans.
Yeah, especially with these promotion-required parties.
Oh yeah, no, they're probably going to want to promote with this group. And lastly, we have Shuffled Astos. Not unsafe Shuffled Astos, so the king and the princess won't try to kill them, but any other NPC in the game that you can give an item to get an item could turn out to be the Dark Elf in disguise. So let's talk about these Blursings. So the 2 fighters get a plus 10 strength buff off the line. They gain vitality at the same rate as a black belt. They can't wear pro rings. So death spells might be a problem.
Yes, that may be a problem. However, you know, ribbons exist, and there's 3 of them, so it's pretty good.
Thieves, meanwhile, pick up plus 10 agility on top of their absurd agility. They get red mage armor, and they lose that on 10 vits, so a little more fragile, but a little bit harder to actually hurt. Black mages, meanwhile, get plus 20 hit percent, can toss on defense swords, and have, like, no strength, but it's a black mage. They didn't have strength anyway. So, we're gonna have to see what this white magic looks like before we decide whether or not we really, really want to find that tail.
Alright, it seems the runners are off. Let's see what we got. We've got Ice 3, Temper, Ice 2, Brack level 1. That's pretty good.
3 black magic spells I want, and 1 that's useless, because there's a better version right there. We've got Cure and Invis 2 at level 1 white. Cure, I mean, not great, but it's at least going to be night learnable, but that Invis 2 is the real prize there.
Yeah, as for armor, we've got a lot of chain plus 1 armor, because remember that red mage armor on the thieves means a lot.
And Chanigan opting to grab a couple of iron staves for his fighters. I don't hate it. We also saw Falchion plus 4s. That's going to be a nice pickup for that thief. And yeah, Grimjaw, you do remember correctly. They are running all 3 races if they need 3 races.
Yep. So stay tuned. We have a big show today.
Yeah, so we're finally getting around to opening boxes. We do have 2 loose items out there in non-incentivized chest locations, so we could find a loose here in these first 3 boxes.
Oh boy, what loose? What loose you thinking?
I want something.
I want a free. I kind of feel like a free Enterprise seed would really show us some divergence.
No. Okay, here's what I want. I want easily accessible ship and canal with a loose floater and volcano.
Yep. Sounds like a fun time.
Not a good person. Well, there's an easily accessible ship, and we also have half of sky access.
We have the first part of Sky Access, so if you really want to grab some boxes for, like, fighters and thieves because you're looking for good swords, you could go in there.
But could. I mean, we still need a canal and an idea of what this encounter table looks like.
Fair enough. We've got a few more steps before we actually get to the sky.
Yeah. But in any case, both runners are through Garland, and have talked to the last two NPCs, so they don't have to worry about trying to murder them.
Right, Sony, picking up some pures, some softs, getting all of these like safety items because, oh boy, have you ever been in a long dungeon dive and you get poisoned halfway through, and you're just like, ugh.
Yes, I have. Usually when I've rolled a scene where pures were like 300.
Oh man. You don't have. Oh, hey, imps have sleep touch. So
fine, they have more than 40 max MP. Sleep doesn't matter. You know who else doesn't matter? These pirates.
Yeah. But could you imagine if Astos was among them?
I don't think Astos can land at VK. I think he has to land at a friendly NPC.
Ah, makes sense.
Well, guess we're going to Marsh Cave, or our vendor item is in Elfland.
Or Dwarf Cave has something funny.
I mean, yeah, the 2 boxes in Dwarf Cave can have a progression, but I've seen that once, and only once in this tournament. Ooh, Steel +3. I would make note of that, because that's... You're not bringing the fighters along to dodge. But taking a look over at the magic side of things, we do have Cure 2 and Heal 2 available, and A-Rub. A-Rub actually might be really nice if we do get that class promotion. That'll mitigate that whole not being able to wear a pro ring thing on those nights. And then we've got Zap and Fire 2 over in Black Magic, so not excited, but not the worst.
Yeah, I saw Sony's got funny ruby items on. I think that was a sandstone. So, obscuring item names behind has definitely costed some runners before, especially if you mix up the loot and ruby, because we have multiple item names. So let's hope Sony doesn't forget that a sandstone is a ruby.
Okay. The loot can only be other instruments. And the only instrument that could possibly be in the ruby list is a bass.
Wait, a base is in the ruby list?
No, I'm saying, okay, the ruby list is mostly foods, minerals, and things that people might eat but are not strictly speaking food. And, like, drinks and whatnot. So, like, bass, B-A-S-S, as in the instrument, or bass, B-A-S-S, as in the fish, could arguably be on both lists. I think we have explicitly avoided doing that, but it is a possibility that could be in either list.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I like to point out we have Night Learnable Life 2.
Yeah, no, so they really are going to want to promote now, because this is basically feast or famine in terms of dying.
Yeah, there's a slight issue with that in the fact that Bahamut is probably going to have the stats of Tiamat 1.
It's fine.
Yeah, sure it is.
Now, look, whoever survives the fight just calls everyone back to revive them, and then everyone goes to learn life too. We did get a peek at level 4 magic over on Sony's side, and the white magic doesn't matter anymore. But we did see Warp and Fire 3, so... And Confusion. We did see Confuse, and that might come into play depending on if, like, we find the canoe here and are eventually forced into Volcano.
Hate the 13th in chat making comments that, yes, before the spring tournament, these runners were in the Archipelago tournament, so thinking about Archipelago during spring tournament is, it's pretty fun.
But yeah, nah, so we got so we're gonna see what's down here in Marsh Cave. This is an incentive location, so this is going to have something. Unless it is the cheeky loose items in Dwarf Cave. Which neither runner took a look at, but we'll see.
Yeah, they're still picking up these chests here, even though they won't find loose items in it, because this is a search for equipment.
Yeah, nah, so, in addition to the items we actually need to beat the game, so Fiend Dungeon Access, Key, and Loot, we also generally are going to want to find, like, equipment. And hey, we're going to Dwarf Cave anyway.
Yep. Chanigan, deciding to dive deeper into Marsh, gets rewarded with 5-digit gold.
And yeah, okay, yeah. Satisfied with that, not going to check that extreme northeastern chest here on this floor. Just going to go ahead and get out of here. Melee Wizard in chat calling out a death touch. I didn't see what had it, but...
Something killed the thief, so...
Yeah, I mean, that could have been death touch. That could have just been the fact that the thief is generally made of paper.
Yeah, at the earlier levels, the Vitality Malice is sort of like a snowball effect. Because, like, you only gain, like, 5 levels so far, so the HP, like, lack of growth isn't as noticeable yet, so yeah, it was Death Touch.
Well, that thief is rocking in minus 10 Vitality Malice. Right now, it is made of paper.
Yeah.
I see you over there side-eyeing me for calling the thief made of paper. In this case, we got a paper thief.
Hey, it is... This paper analogy is actually pretty good, because, like, if you try to, like, punch paper, it'll, like, fly out of the way with their agility buff. Because thieves in general are just almost impossible to hit. They've got, like, a whole ruse stack worth of evasion.
See, I knew Bane, but Chanigan just had to reset out of it.
Ooh, more death touches coming out for Sony. Ice 3 comes out. Ice 3 against Undead. This is not what you want to see. Black Mage. Ooh, the crawls with depth touch take down Sony's party.
Was that death touch, or was that just a crawl punching a black mage? It's a black mage!
The fighters went down in one hit.
Okay, so it was the crawl who was wiping everyone out?
Yep.
Alright. Well, that's only barely a problem.
Melee Wizard confirming, yep, it was the crawls.
Alright. And we got lazy dwarves. This eventually has to lead to something. I'm calling Vanilla Canal. We're gonna have to hit the high seas.
Oh, I'm feeling Crown. Oh!
He has a canoe, though. I saw canoe in that block of text before we got into a fight here in the depths of Dwarf Cave.
He's like, give me that TNT! No, give me the canoe. No! And he's like, the stubborn dwarf decides to fight you.
I feel like Astos gets more benefit out of hunting and altering explosives than he does out of a crown.
I mean, with the crown, he's like the elf king, right? That's what his logic is.
Crown is in the middle of a swamp. The elf capital is nowhere near that swamp. Why would the legitimacy of the elven crown depend on something that's been buried in a cave for who knows how long?
Okay, so think about this. The marsh is actually like a graveyard with all the bones. So it's like the elven graveyard for those who fell in battle. So it's like filled with like some magical relic.
Okay. Then that leads to another question. Why did you not get the crown of sovereignty off your dead king before you buried him?
Because that have you known like Egyptian like mummies
you
or
have a living prince, and apparently this crown grants sovereignty. It is the symbol of sovereignty. You don't bury the proof of your governance with the previous guy who is no longer in charge.
He was an elf! And elves are, like, around forever. That was his crown!
The graveyard! If you're putting him in the graveyard, he's already dead! You don't put live elves in the graveyard. Anyway, enough arguing over elven sovereignty, because we have to go wake up the current ruler of elven kind.
Or else we'll need to put another crown in the graveyard.
Very true. We also did see Quad X and Bane there in level 6 black. But yeah, so Chanigan has kind of a choice right now. He can opt to go up toward ice, or he can say, I'm gonna go ahead and follow this herb.
I don't know, that herb turn-in does sound pretty good, because our EXP growth does go with item turn-ins.
Yeah, so, it's one of those things, the other thing I think is, I think Chanigan did look at magic, so he probably is aware. Yeah, he's going back. Like, I don't know if he picked up all the black magic he wanted, but I think he's at least going to want that Fire 3 as an option by the time he goes to Ice Cave.
No, it's time to see if Sony will do the same after he gets this.
Yeah, but Sony getting the TNT, gonna go find out that the Dark Elf today was wearing a fake beard.
Yeah, the beard truly was a good disguise. It works in the movies, right? Oh, glance out of Astos.
What you want to see? Okay, now
He
look,
had
see?
the crown the whole time.
Yeah, see? The crown stays with the sovereign.
Oh
If it is a
my
symbol
god.
of sovereignty. Which suggests to
Folks,
me,
right, folks.
which suggests to me in turn that maybe the Elven King isn't dead. He's just been in hiding up here in the Northwest Castle after the prince got poisoned. You know, with the current heir in danger, it makes sense you isolate the crown where it's safe until someone can resolve the crisis, and in return we get an airship.
Meanwhile, Sony seeing wolves with Bane, and I just saw him gaping his mouth open. I think he's laughing. Yeah, anyway. Time to follow the same quest chain. Sony had better turn in that herb because we know it leads to Floater.
Yeah. I believe in the last chance qualifier we actually saw a similar situation where if you opted to go to ice instead of herb, it set you on a path where you just burn time. So we'll see if Sony is going to follow the path of words. Is going to follow the path of least resistance today, but Chanigan gets airborne just after the 15-minute mark, and, well, almost at the 16-minute mark, and we are off to the races.
Time to collect another freebie at Sarda. Meanwhile, Sony picking up some longswords +2 and...
Not bad, and there's a key. So, Admiral, when you see an early key like that, is your inclination to, I'm just going to loot all of the key lock locations before I even think of the words a volcano or sea shrine?
No, I have warp. I'm going to ice. Like that, although these northwest checks are pretty good because you also find a couple grind tiles, which Chanigan decides not to check.
Black belt, we don't care about grind tiles.
I like it for early levels, especially because, you know, levels are one of the most reliable ways to get off in the early game, and Sony is heading towards Volcano. We've seen this play from Sony before. He likes heading to that Volcano and hoping for loose items.
Well, Chanigan at least looting the Northwest Castle and the Elven Treasury, and gonna hit Canaria. Probably gonna do Temple of Fiends. And we might see a dip into Dwarf Cave. Like, I don't hate this. It's free chests. They're valid targets. They're things your opponent might put off if they've already looted somewhere else, and you get an Invis hat and an Ice +1 sword out of it, so...
Yeah. Sony, however, finding a Wear Sword +3, so not too bad of a reward for going down a different path.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's also a solid weapon. I feel like the Ice +1, at least, is pushing you a little bit closer to the, okay, I may be able to not have to keep looking for weapons if I absolutely have to. You can take a +1 Ice Sword into Topher with the scaling.
That is true. However, another issue would be the Black Mage being your only source of temper charge. Ooh, that's a ribbon in Dwarf Locked.
2 ribbon, but who cares? Folks were talking about whether or not Chanigan would remember that he's not supposed to find the captain's cap today, but I think he found a cap anyway.
Yeah.
And I think we also saw Flame +3 armor out of that last box.
Yeah, so really good armor that the dwarves have, because of course it's dwarven armor. It's top quality. As for other things, I'm trying to... I had a thought, and I completely lost it.
Is the thought that Argoyles are the worst enemies in this game, and everyone hates them?
I do hate Argoyles, but that's not the thought I was having.
Okay, it's the thought I'm having right now. Someone's been fighting these things for like a minute.
Oh, I remember. The sword I'd be looking out for this kind of see if for like early game swords is the dragon sword. Because
excellent point.
Yeah, the thief can equip it as well, and you would be able to, do a lot of extra damage against the Bahamut without having, promoting, because you can't promote to fight Bahamut.
Well, either way, we do at least get a Flame Sword +2, which... Flame Sword +2, Ice Sword +1, Rune Sword +3. So I think we're squared away on weapons for a good chunk of the game now.
I agree.
Like,
Sony would have loved that Rune Sword +3 if he's entering Volcano. He would actually take on Carry.
Very true. Alright, so... I think Chanigan's now thinking Ice Cave time.
Yep. There he goes.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be anything in this volcano.
Well, Chanigan... Yeah, we haven't found any loose items yet. Chanigan popped basically everything key-locked except Temple of Fiends. So, if it's not here in Volcano, that means there's a good chance that at least one of our loose is somewhere in Sea Shrine.
Yeah, because Volcano and Sea are definitely the two big dense locations to find loose items. And it seems Sony is going down into the volcano and finds more Argoyles. Nope, try again.
Yeah, no. After that last fight, Sony's not doing that again.
And then Thief gets ambushed. Yep, thanks, Thief. You had one job.
It's fine. Look, some things are just really good at being sneaky. Normally, one doesn't assume that those things are going to be ogres, but...
No, it was the hyenas that did it.
I'm sure that there's some Shrek thing somewhere that involves him being sneaky. But Chanigan, meanwhile, down to the incentive chest, and yeah, it looks like we're at least going to see these 3 chests checked via warp. A slap. Alright, Chanigan, gonna go ahead and do some looting here in Ice Cave. I don't really hate this. You only had the 1 warp charge, and you can...
Yeah, I think it's quicker to actually walk out this way.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is
ooh, Harm 3 stick. Oh wait, we don't have a white mage. Never mind.
Okay, there's still several dungeons of undead. We still might actually have a use for it. Also, there's the canal.
Oh no, that's
Okay.
not. Oh, both loose. Okay.
Okay, okay. Sony should have the sense to follow that herb. I can't imagine he's going to go, well, I've got both of my loose items, time to ignore multiple turn-ins and go a-sailin', yar-har-ho-hee.
Yo ho ho. Hey, look, a pro ring. Too bad I can't put it on.
Well, no, you've got a thief. You got a thief, you got a black mage. They can still wear pro rings. If anything, a pro ring +3 is great for a thief because, I mean,
Yeah,
combined with that red mage armor, that's good. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, if with the
Also-
pro ring on, the thief agility, it doesn't go down at all with weight.
Also, I didn't see where he picked it up, but that is a +4 lock axe, which is the light axe, which, a +4 light axe, that's in-game. That's solidly in-game weapon.
Yeah, I'd agree, although there is a whole lot better we can do. Sony, again, gonna walk out save.
We can do a lot better, but that is good. Like, I'll take that.
Alright, seems Chanigan is gonna talk to Dr. Un. Sony's saying, nope, my progression is elsewhere, so I should probably go leave and do that. However, Sony finding both loose before getting the key is not gonna have any of that time wasted checking things like, Sea Shrine, Key Locked, and all that.
Yeah, but the flip side to it is, we've seen how good like, Chanigan doing those checks has pulled out some things that are really good to have. Doesn't have Oxyale, so fortunately not about to take the bait into sea, but there's our cube, for like 48k.
Yeah, so Chanigan almost at the threshold he needs for the money, so might as well loot out the waterfall and get basically enough.
Now, we don't know what the crystal leads to yet. If the crystal is one of our buff items, the Saber Gauntlet or the Ruse Staff today,
I'd be hoping for a Ruse Staff because
well,
we got a lot of black magic.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, if the crystal isn't gonna lead to requirement, Chanigan could very well find go mode before going to Volcano. And there's our proc gen waterfall. We see the room. Now we just have to figure out how you were supposed to get here.
I hate that.
I mean, I don't know if that's better or worse than the room is right next to the stairs, but you went the wrong way 3 times. But Chanigan navigates through, finds a pack of images, gets the ambush, gets away, finds a nice shield, and a very nice glove.
Gotta love Saberbomb. Sony, immediately after finding both loose, finds the key. So I wonder if he has that thought in his mind, like... Yeah, like...
I can see him going to Northwest to check the trap tiles. I could see him maybe going to Temple of Fiends to check the trap tiles. I'm not sure he checks either castle's treasury.
Yeah, so he won't find out about the flame armor, flame sword, or like or the ribbon. But hey, you got light axes +4.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's the thing for Sony right now is like the key locked. He's probably, if he checks any that he's likely to check, are the key locked. He's probably not going to check. The other thing to consider from Sony's side, he knows how when he got that herb off the old men and what he did instead of immediately following it. So he has to feel a little bit behind because he has to be under the impression his opponent got airborne well before he did, and He did.
Yeah.
Chanigan's got almost I think had about a 12-minute lead hitting the skies.
Yeah. However, if you think about it, Sonny only got the herb, and he only went to Volcano, and then he went back to turn in the crown. So it's basically all that progress was just early game exploring of Volcano.
Yeah, but the thing is like, taking the rivers takes time.
Yeah.
Even if you're encounter manipulating, you're having to spend, like, even with perfect encounter manipulation where you don't take a fight on the rivers, it's still it's still minutes you're seeding. So, like, I'm not saying I think he feels extremely behind, but I do think he is going to have it in the back of his head. I could have flown to Volcano, and there's a good chance my own did fly to Volcano, or is going to fly to Volcano. So, you know, that's minutes that he's going to be trying to claw back in some way, shape, or form.
I highly doubt that it's minutes that you're talking about. Maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah, minutes. That's a plural.
That's
them.
Absolute maximum 2 minutes. I'd say on average 1 minute.
I feel like it's closer to 2, because you have to account for getting to Volcano and getting back with that canoe.
Ooh. Sony taking another wipe, finding out that zombie Ds have Blaze. He thought, oh, this is a nice encounter. No.
Chanigan, meanwhile, does find that tail. So, that Bahamut fight is now officially in play. Also in play, Sky. Not in play, any of the other Fiend dungeons that's not in a volcano.
No matter what you do, you basically have to fight the equivalent of a Tiamat one. There's also ordeals you could try to do.
There's ordeals. But Chanigan... Ooh, Chanigan actually going to go ahead and take a crack at this Bahamut. Either that or Chanigan completely forgetting that this, is a buff Bahamut.
Let's see if Bahamut has anything to say to Chanigan. Come at me or die by my claws. Here we go. We've got a proper boss fight. We are going temper strats onto 2. The thief almost goes down from 1 hit. Not quite. 3 hits. 5. Oh, that 2.
Yeah, I don't know which sword that fighter is swinging, but
Flame plus
that's
3.
not just tempers.
That is a flame plus 3 sword. Just temper, and and swing.
Yeah,
Or rather,
I mean, it's working.
Thunder comes out. Oh, it min rolls on the fighter. It's just 2 fighters versus. Swirl comes out. Oh my god.
Okay, calm down, Admiral. It's fine. Also, don't forget that Chanigan does have that ribbon, and presumably it was on Toot. Yep, it's on Toot.
It was on Toot, but still, you can't stop a swirl with a ribbon.
No, you can't. That is extremely true. But Chanigan gonna go in and give this another shot. I don't hate this. You know you had that Bahamut close with those swings you were getting there. So it's just kind of a matter of a little better RNG and you're in good shape.
Yeah. Although the issue was that how much better of RNG can you get when he already took a swing at the thief?
Yeah, question in chat, can you brack this boss? And the answer, given by Spellzap, is the improved version you can't. And guess what? This is the improved version. Ah! Alright, we see that Saber Gauntlet coming into play on Toot.
Yeah, trying to buff up faster.
Yeah, it's
Swirl comes out. 41 HP left.
And oh, that's Inferno. Alright, so Chanigan going, I need more health.
Yep. Chanigan decides he has an idea. Let's leave.
Alright, you have a lot, you still have a good bit of power at your disposal. You've got that lit 3 at level 3. That's enough to get you through a good chunk of sky. And what did that crystal turn into?
Rod. It is required.
Alright, so that's a situation for Chanigan. Right now, the best case scenario for Chanigan is that Oxyale is an Earth Cave. Because that'll push him toward Volcano, and he'll find those items early. The thing Chanigan does not want to do right now is going to sea before Volcano.
Yeah, if the loot is here in Earth Cave, then this could be an issue for Chanigan.
Yeah, because that more or less guarantees that the Oxyale is going to be somewhere he's going to find it. I didn't see... Was that an ice armor? It was. It's ice armor -2, but still better than your chain +1.
I like that. And a pro cape.
Yeah, pro cape +1, that's not bad defense. Doesn't give you any resistances, but there's a second ribbon.
Yep. Meanwhile, Sony going down into Earth Cave.
That ribbon is good news for Sony. He's almost certain, like, if he hasn't found a ribbon by the time he gets to Sky, he's going to find it there. Chanigan, meanwhile, getting hilariously murdered, but manages to walk out with the two fighters who actually are well defended.
Ooh, Spectres with Fire 3 in Earth Cave. They're unrunnable. Sony nopes out.
I think based on what chat was saying, he also saw those over in Ice Cave. Yeah, Sony gonna go check the Titan's tunnel to see if there's anything helpful here.
Any good equipment?
Hopefully. Because, yeah, Sony, remember, hasn't found... I don't think he's found any of the good swords that Chanigan has. Hasn't found any of the good armor Chanigan has.
He's found a Wear Sword +3, so it's doable. And
it's passable.
Defense sword.
Defense sword. I say throw it onto the Black Mage. Right now, that might be your best melee.
Except, not really. The Black Mage would probably cast something with it. Zap works against undead, because Time does work against undead, right? Yeah, it works against Lich.
Yeah, nothing except, I think, like, Chaos and Warmech resist time, and I don't even know if Warmech resists time. But, no, I mean, the thing with, I mean, it's one of those things, again, that may be, like, that Black Mage might be your best melee fighter at the moment. With the hit percent buff they started with, the buffs on that defense sword, we may see Sony wind up taking swings at, like, Bahamut. But there's the bad news for Chanigan. That's an Oxyale. We have seen runners generally favor full clearing Volcano before C. But after bouncing out of, Did Chanigan bounce out? Oh yeah, after bouncing out of Bahamut, that Bahamut fight twice, Chanigan may be feeling like he lost more time than he could afford trying to take Bahamut down at low level.
Yeah, if he does take on Bahamut, that is a Katana +4 for the Thief.
Oh yeah, like, at this point, there's no question. He is fully planning to class promote. He has grabbed every piece of Opal gear he's found. Probably going to toss that ice armor as soon as he promotes.
No, you just put it on the ninja.
No, you put the... Basically, one of those knights is going to get the ice armor, is going to get the flame armor, one of them is going to get the opal armor. I think he found some opal armor earlier. And then the ninja's going to get whatever one of these fighters is wearing, until he finds either dragon or another opal. in order to slap that onto the other fighter.
That makes sense to me.
Or he might hold onto the ice and throw it onto the ninja for now. That's also a distinct possibility, but the point being, he is geared up for class promotion. So we do not have a forced war mech in this flag set.
He decides not to show up. You've got Zap coming out from the Thief. You've got Invis coming out, and Saber.
Yeah, unable to pick up that Black Mage, so that level 1 Brack is not available for this fight. So we're going pure melee strats here.
We are trying to... Ooh, Tia hits pretty hard. Thankfully, we've got a couple Invis stacks. I think that's 2.
Yeah,
Slow. It comes out. I didn't see if it actually hit 2.
I don't think it did. They're both rocking ribbons. But yeah, Chanigan realizing he's got to start swinging. Yeah, that was 3 hits. I think Chanigan's fine. But it is now hold, aim, pray mode.
Yeah, just nothing but fire 2 coming out of Tia, it seems.
Yeah, those ribbons that Chanigan found coming in huge. Oh, but Tiamat has fast.
Tiamat using
Sonic?
Dark. Ooh, gets a hit off. One more hit like that, and Toot goes down. Terminated.
But Toot gets the kill first. Chanigan, remembering that those arrows are safe, doesn't heal until after getting out.
Ooh.
But, yeah, that is going to be our first orblet, actually, at about the 40-minute mark.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sony deciding, I'm going to go through ordeals because nothing else was good, and finds the wrong eye.
Remember, kids, Phantom, not even once.
Sony gets another Pro Ring and an Ice +1 sword. Getting some good equipment of his own.
Yeah. That's actually really nice for Sony to have that. That kind of gives a little equipment parity. Oh, but Chanigan going into C. This is what I was saying I was afraid would happen. Chanigan opting to make the C play.
Yeah, that is extremely dangerous.
Oh no, he's burning off encounters. So, alright, we could see... We've seen... Oh, there's that dragon sword you were talking about. I think it rolled +3.
No, it's -3.
Okay. That's why I said think. So,
yeah.
Alright, so Chanigan... Okay, I was going to say Chanigan could do what we've seen a lot of runners do. Clear out Kraken side, and then basically go, alright, I'll come back for Mermaid side. But yeah, Chanigan opting to full clear Mermaids first, so this is a full clear of C. So, not ideal if you're Chanigan. Sony, meanwhile, did find a ruse stick out of ordeals, so...
Yeah, so Sony, no ribbons, but a ruse stick in his favor.
Yeah, and he's going to find this other ribbon when he goes into Sky. Like, I can't imagine from what we've seen so far, he's going to hit Mirage 1 and not open those boxes.
Or perhaps Sony is going to go towards C area?
He's looking for his vendor item. Which I believe was the Cuban on rack, so he's last locationing the vendor item, but... And yeah, I haven't been looking too closely, but I don't think Chanigan's found anything worthwhile. Like, if he digs, say, the third ribbon or a Masa out of here, it might almost be worth the time. But that's a big if.
The big if, considering he's already got Saber Gauntlets, and and like his path to like growing stronger is pretty obvious when it's just promotion, katana +4, and a lot of magic purchasing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is at this point, like, that the only way this is worthwhile is if Chanigan just can multiply that power that he's already dug up. Does find that other lock 4 axe. Actually, that might be his only lock +4 axe, but Sony getting the cube, going to start hunting around in the waterfall.
Ooh, lock 2 shirt. Do you think that's the black shirt?
I mean, it's a 50-50. And I didn't see who can wear it.
It said, I think it said resist death. Or is that is not what that is? I might have saw that wrong.
I mean, you could also just look to see if there's a W or a B in that last row.
It happened so fast I couldn't catch it.
Yeah, no, that's the real problem in this community. Everyone is so fast at reading things. Hey, look, another katana.
Yeah,
not nearly as helpful as you'd like it to be.
Masa, though.
Masa. Is that a Masa -2?
It is.
Still worth. We might see Chanigan go ahead and bail on this and go class change. Like, that Masa makes that Bahamut fight doable now.
Saracen, promoting for Bubble Soda Company. Go back and carbonate bubbles.
What you people have against the poor mermaid?
She gets in the way.
So? She's a living creature.
I don't trust you.
I mean, this is fair. I do have a fondness for mermaids, so that might just be a me problem.
Hmm.
But regardless, so the bright side is Chanigan's only got one more floor to full clear here. It's a time sink, but that is a Masa Sony is not going to pick up. Sony is not going mermaid side.
Yeah, Sony will more likely find the katana +4 in Sky, which is a lot more feasible and seems pretty good.
Yeah. Though again, Sony's going to have to get past that Bahamut.
Yeah. Like, Chanigan tried to fight Bahamut at level 9, Sony's looking at level 13, 14, but no ribbons, so it's quite the trade-off.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking about, is if Sony, like, once Sony goes to Sky, he'll have the 1 ribbon, but he's not going to have any of the other equipment that Chanigan had. And will continue to have all of the value in this clearing of the Sea Shrine.
Right, so in the Sea Shrine, Chanigan also finds Opal +1 bracelet, Silver +1 bracelet, and just, you know, all around good equipment.
Yeah, so So it's one of those things, like, right now, we know Chanigan is bleeding time, but these equipment pickups almost, I'd say it almost does balance out this Sea Shrine play.
Yeah, it's quite the thing, and also Sea Shrine does give you some good EXP for taking a walking grind through it.
Flame Shield.
Yep, decides to swap it to the warrior wearing ice armor, and that is an eye tile. It's got stun touch, though.
Oh yeah! Good thing we're not gonna be grinding on it, but alright. So Chanigan just hit level 15, so This is kind of the ideal point after clearing C to go do Bahamut.
Yep. Sony is like level 13, 14, so that's just below when you start picking up magic slots. So if he can kill Bahamut, this would be a huge boon for him.
Alright, we got Ruse Stick coming out. We've got... no, okay, yeah, okay. We're going for Brack strats from the Black Mage. And one of the fighters and the thief swinging. Cheese in chat asking what are the knights going to learn. The two big ones, we've got Invis 2 and Life 2, both knight learnable.
Yep. Meanwhile, the ninja could learn Temper, it seems. Also, things like Warp, I think.
Yeah, Temper, Warp. Brack will be handy for Sony, seeing as he has not fought either Tiamat or Kraken yet. That Thunder, though! That Thunder, though, and isn't Swirl next, or Inferno?
It's Swirl next, but that Cure 2 hammer goes out. It's managed to be in time. Another swing from the fighter.
Our healer's down. It's all down to how much health this
Whirl 82 damage, but Inferno 300 damage.
Oh, that stings. Sony going in for another dive, but, yeah, so here's the thing. That evens out a lot of the time loss that Chanigan suffered from fighting Bahamut.
Yeah, Sawneyrath was walking down thinking about it and thinks, no, I don't think I can kill Bahamut, so doesn't try a second time.
And Chanigan takes down the Kraken, and that is a second orb lit for him. And Sony having the good, well, not the good sense so much as Sony taking the gamble on density, going to check the Dwarven Treasury, going to find this ribbon.
And with that ribbon, he probably thinks, oh yeah, I can take on Bahamut now.
Yeah. And he's probably right, but Chanigan has a Masa in hand and 2 ribbons. This Bahamut should not be an issue. And then it's going to be Katana Masa time the rest of the way. Excuse me.
Yeah, honestly, I would... Yeah, you have the flame armor on one fighter. Does flame armor actually protect against flame, or does it protect against ice?
I can't ever remember. But yeah, we've got Tempers going up, Cremates going out, the Invis stacking going strong, Potion strats, because I guess Chanigan never found that hammer.
Yeah, it was in Volcano.
Everyone survives the thunder. I think at this point, if you're Chanigan, it's time to start swinging with that fighter you've been sabering.
Swirl comes out. Pretty low damage on the fighters. Yep. Chanigan doing...
4 hits for 600. That is not low damage on the fighters.
Yeah, plus 10 strength really is no joke.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did pick up a few more levels than I think Chanigan meant to there, but it's fine. You got two knights. Even if you only pick up a few more levels on each of them, that's enough shots of life 2 to get you through.
Sawneyrath back with flame armor and ribbon and says, I know you have fire. I think I can live it this time.
So Chanigan on the bright side, not running into one of the bigger conundrums that you run into with a knight of, you know, do I equip the Pro Ring, or do I, you know, throw on an extra piece of armor and equip the Saber Gauntlet? Pro Ring's not an option, so it's Saber Gauntlet all the way.
Yep. Thief doing its job, being a tank, trying to make sure that fighter doesn't lose too much of his life.
Yeah.
300 damage and still more tempers coming out.
Yeah, I think this Bahamut was sitting on like 1400 or thereabout, so Not ideal, but definitely doable with the party Sony has, and their proof is in the pudding. Sony coming out of this with lower levels on those fighters is gonna have... is probably gonna end the game with 4 shots of life 2 on each of them.
Yep. Chanigan just now about to enter the volcano.
Yeah, so he's gonna, unfortunately, pretty much last locationing these key items.
Yeah, he's 2 orbs ahead, so I think it's mostly just surviving a lot of these battles, because Sony's tried so many different strategies, like different places, and they all just kept bouncing him out due to bad scripts. Like, unrunnable 9-pack that have Blaze, like...
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a situation. Sony is kind of just in an uphill battle because Chanigan didn't come to Volcano first. Like, it's almost paradoxical. Like, yeah, the bouncing definitely hasn't helped things, but Chanigan not going, like... Chanigan not taking the optimal route basically put him in the path of a bunch of things that Sony either isn't going to see or is seeing much later. And that is going to make up some time.
Yeah, if anyone has to make up some time right now, it is definitely Sony, because, like, he has to go through the entirety of Sky, and he's still looking for some chests, because he's saying grabbing boxes in Earth.
Yeah, well, I mean, right now, his best weapon, I think, is still those +4 light axes.
Either that or the Ice Sword +1.
I think it's biased toward the light axe. Like, the light axe is only a couple of points weaker than the Ice Sword in terms of attack. And,
here's the Spectres and Geist, folks.
Yeah.
Burn them with fire.
I think that they had that idea first, Admiral.
Oh, down goes the thief.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, if Sony doesn't find the ribbon, though, the fighters having more EXP funneled into them is going to be a good thing.
Oh yeah. Now there's no way unless there's like an X-Cal or a plus Vorpal down here, there's no way he's not at least checking Mirage 1. Okay, so that's where the Cure 2 hammer was. There's the canal we don't need. There's the Lock 4 axe that we probably don't need at this point.
Yeah, probably.
But there is the crystal for Chanigan, so... I wouldn't be surprised if at this point Chanigan says, alright, I'm good. I've got armor, I've got weapons, I've got spells. I don't have the levels that I would like post-class promotion, but a few Life 2 charges will probably get me through, so as long as I pick up a couple each.
A stoned knight that is actually a bit of a blessing in disguise if Sony decides to use that, because no, he unstoned the fighter.
Yeah, no, so here's the thing that I think Sony's thinking right now. Getting both of those fighters levels pumped into them, like, each of them only has a maximum of 4 charges of Life 2. If you can get both of them their charges, like, every time those fighters level together, you're doubling up the Life 2 charges you're getting, as opposed to keeping the one up.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that the knight, when he was stoned, he gained enough levels to gain 1 life charge.
No cheese, the bruise stick was in ordeals. I think the bottle has to be the loot at this point.
Yep, bottle is a guaranteed loot.
Yeah. So. Alright, so Chanigan lighting the earth orb, or no, the fire orb. Gonna go check this crystal, get the rod, and that's go mode for Chanigan. I mean, I think he had to know that it was go mode.
Yeah, he's following a linear path at this point.
Yeah, this can only lead one to the other because items cannot lock themselves, so the loot had to be waiting at the end of whatever order. Like, I guess it could have been crystal leading to bottle, leading to rod, leading to loot, but regardless, yeah, Chanigan is probably about 4 minutes away from, well, with encounters, probably a little bit longer than that, but Chanigan is going to be in Earth Cave probably by the 105, or not Earth Cave, Temple of Fiends Revisited by the 105 mark.
Alright, Sony lighting his first orb. Meanwhile, Chanigan on his way to light his final orb. That is quite the deficit to make up.
It is a deficit. The main thing, alright, so, here's the path that could give Sony salvation. Chanigan is probably only going to have like 2 charges of life 2 on each of these nights.
You're hoping for a really bad Topher, aren't you?
If you're Sawneyrath, that's your out right now. Is
would you look at that? Sawney's out. Sawney's RNG out is a bad Topher.
Yeah, no, but I mean, well, I'm serious. Like, Chanigan, without grinding, is maybe going to have 3 or 4 charges of life 2 available. Sony is almost certainly, because he hit like level 17 after Bahamut. There's almost guaranteed he's going to have all 4 shots of life 2 on both of these nights. If Topher is brutal, Chanigan could get in a situation where he just keeps losing party members. Because we don't really have great healing. We've got a Cure 2 hammer.
Sony skips Mirage 1.
He may go back for it. I've seen other runners do this. You'd go ahead, you clear Sky, and then you just run back in to do Mirage 1 before leaving. It's not going to make that big a difference for him, but just to finish out my thoughts. So yeah, Sony's out right now is if Temple of Fiends Revisited is horrible, and Chanigan basically just has to fight a war of attrition he can't win without grinding. It is not the ideal scenario to be in if you're Sawneyrath. But it is a scenario where, like, if Chanigan loses a dive deep, Sony could overtake him.
Yeah, I agree with that being the out.
Yeah. That being said, it's not, if you're Sawneyrath, this is not the ideal circumstance to be in, where you basically need Temple of Fiends to be absolutely horrible, but you're slightly better equipped to, like, pick up all of your dead friends.
Yeah, that is not at all what you're hoping for.
Yeah. But Sony knows this has to be his Oxyale, so the bright side is, he's done Earth Cave. Once he's done in Sky, his remaining 2 dungeons are only like 2 to 3 minutes a pop. If you're not stopping to open boxes, Kraken's a relatively quick run as long as you have friendly encounters. But, yeah. So it is one of those things. Sony's going to need a little help from Temple of Fiends, but it is the great equalizer for a reason.
Yeah, the big difference is that Sony will not have either katana or the ribbon, or not the ribbon, the masa.
Yeah, we found no. I think one of the katanas was on Mirage 1.
I thought it was up here in Sky 3.
You might be right. Well, it's one of those things where, yeah, like I said, what Sony basically needs is for Temple of Fiends to do a lot of killing, but not the kind of killing that's going to kill his fighters. Basically, if he can sort of fight those slow battles,
Fight like script battles, like see a lot of like not thunders, maybe like tornadoes and swirls, or even the bad nukes and nuclears of Topher. That might be his best shot.
But the point being, like, yeah, the sorts of fights where you can muddle your way through with like the lower tier in-game weapons, but not the sort of fight that you know, basically a fight that he'll barely be able to survive with his knights and be able to pick up his party. But in any case, Chanigan coming up on everyone's favorite speed bump. And that's it for Lich. All right.
And there he goes.
So Chanigan, all 4 orbs lit, just needs to go turn in this bottle, grab his loot, and he'll be on his way to Temple of Fiends. Unless he forgets that he doesn't have his loot yet. Alright.
Alright, Sony taking all these fights on the Bridge of Destiny because they're pretty good EXP for a walking grind. It's level 21 for the fighters. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say this out loud. Chanigan and anyone who's watching, if you're leaving Earth Cave with a bottle that you need to turn in, just go left. Just fly left slightly, and then go down, and you're there. You did not need to fly the absolute farthest route you possibly could to get to Gaia there.
Yeah, I like to go down first until I start seeing the sea, like, on-rack continent, and then go left.
Yeah, so, okay, here's the thing. Gaia, the Ryukon Desert, Volcano, Ice Cave, and Provoca are all basically in one straight line. Oh, and yeah. So, you literally, like, you can use that area to very quickly align yourself to get to Gaia and Lefane and Mirage. Like, any of those locations, once you're there, you can go up and down to get to any of the others. So, that's your navigational tip for the day.
Yep. Now, meanwhile, Sony abandoning Sky immediately after killing Tiamat, so he's just go moding and hoping that these swords are enough. So we're gonna have to see what this Topher's gonna look like. So we're hoping for lots of fights that you can walk away from, but not without being heavily damaged.
Yeah, yeah. If you're Sony, that's what you need to see, is a fight that you can walk away, that you can barely scrape by from, because Chanigan can take a lot less of those than Sony with the party he's got. And not because of anything that Chanigan did wrong, it's just his Bahamut fight was a little bit rougher than Sony's, so he got a lot more XP pumped into those knights, which makes it harder to gain the levels to get the spell slots.
Yeah.
To get the life 2s.
The way this evens, specifically with the Fiend refights, is that Lich opens up with something like a nuclear, or a nuke, and just takes down the Thief and the Black Mage, and then maybe punchy Fiends after that, because just 2 knights versus a lot of punches can be straining.
Yeah. But Chanigan already down to the outside of the first floor. So we're about to see our Earth floor if we stop getting jumped by ice dragons. Sony, meanwhile, like I said, is just beelining for Kraken, gonna open these 2 greed chests because they're here.
No one
well.
skips these boxes.
Yeah, like, the only time you skip these boxes is if you have a level 42 black belt and your backup thief already has a Masa. Like, under those circumstances, I can see someone skipping them, and even then, you might open them in case there's a spare ribbon.
Yeah, they're always just right there. Sony obviously opened them hoping for endgame swords. Not seeing him, though.
Yeah. Well, not gonna complain about that shield, at least.
The other thing that Sony could do is that he's basically in go mode, and he doesn't check the tile, which is the eye. Unfortunate, never mind.
Yeah, like... Yeah, so his defensive situation, he's down a ribbon on Chanigan. And he's got a little softer armor. He didn't find all that opal gear in Mirage and Cardia.
Yeah, but the armor absorption itself could hardly compare to both them having Ruse Stick, in my opinion.
Yeah. Actually, Chanigan never went to Ordeals, did he?
I don't remember him doing that.
I don't think he did, so I don't think he has Ruse.
Yeah, he's using Invis Helmet and Saber Strats.
Yeah, okay, that actually could be huge if we have a punchy Kraken or Tiamat.
Yeah, but Carrie, too, seemed like she was made of paper.
It happens sometimes. But yeah, no, so, okay, that does change the balance of power a little bit.
Sony can stand up to a lot more punches, meanwhile Chanigan can take a lot of the elements.
Yeah, so it comes down to what scripts these next 2 fights rolled. If we've got a punchy Kraken or a punchy Tia, Chanigan may find himself getting kicked out of Temple of Fiends right as Sony is clearing out Kraken. So, yeah, all it's going to take is a bad fight that Sony can't ruse his way out of, and this could be back and Sony. Okay, I'm talking ahead of my mouth. If Chanigan sees something punchy without that ruse stick, it could put Sony back in this.
3 hits on the ninja for 217. That is with basically a ruse stack worth, and that ninja, and it did like 200 damage. I don't think the knights are going down to that, especially with stacking some invis.
Yeah, so he should be able to get through this Kraken 2 without any issue, but Sony does have...
Ooh, Kraken 2 evasive, though. 2 hits from the Masa Swinger.
Yeah. Sony does have all 4 orbs lit, does have everything he needs to go into Topher. I will be surprised if he does anything other than maybe restock potions before diving in. And depending on how behind he feels, he may not even take the time for that. Alright, so the Thief goes down. And so does Kraken. So, Chanigan, I think, has 1 charge of life 2 on one of those knights, and I'm kind of squinting to see if I can catch the other knight's magic situation. Okay, yeah, he's got 1 charge of life 2. So he's going to leave that Thief down. So if this Tiamat devastates Chanigan's party, he may be in trouble. Because he can only bring 1 character back. And that's assuming the knight that actually can cast Life 2 survives.
Yeah, Invis 2 comes out. Down goes the Black Mage. Saber is our only buff strat now, so it's gonna be a lot of lock Saber than swing.
And I did forget that Sony hadn't actually lit the Fire Orb yet. I think that was a little bit of a glitch on the tracker there.
1 more warrior for Chanigan. It's doing 500 damage, though.
Well,
this is going to
here's
be a
the
close.
problem. Toot doesn't have spell charges. That was Soup who had the life 2 shot. But this is the exact scenario we were talking about. Chanigan. Go ahead.
Just add luck, as Sonny always says, and sometimes that means subtracting it from your opponents.
Yeah. So all right. So Chanigan. Okay. So Chanigan has a ribbon. He has a masa. He's got opal armor. He's got tools to get through this chaos. But he needs this chaos to not have nuke, to not have nuclear, to not have cure 4.
And he is passing up. Oh, he's got a lock axe. So if chaos is evasive, the best we're gonna have is. No, he's going for lock 2 shirt. No, he's going for invis shirt. He's taking the slower but safer strat.
Yeah, he's thinking that even if this is a dodgy chaos, he can saber up and hit hard enough. So here we go, moment of truth.
One hit,
And-
132.
Yeah, he's gonna need these invis stacks to go up fast. I think he's gonna need about 4.
Considering it's a knight, probably 5 or 6. Tornado comes out. That's not what you want to see.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, he's crossed the safety horizon there.
Nuclear, rolls on the lower side. Back to the Cure 2 hammer.
Yeah, that Cure 2 hammer helping him out a lot, but Chaos has some good stuff. I didn't see what that swing of the axe did, but
Nuke, and he goes down!
That is the precise scenario Sony needed to get back in this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 runners basically preparing to enter Topher now. Chanigan nopes out, goes to Ordeals because he knows it's Ruse Stick.
And he needs that Ruse Stick. He knows he needs that Ruse Stick. Like he doesn't have the turns to rely on that Invis helmet.
Sonny's gonna have about one. He can have about 1 bad dive's worth of leeway, like wiping to carrier Kraken.
I'd say half a dives.
Yeah,
Chanigan does have plenty of warp shots, so he'll get through this ordeals in probably about 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like a bad dive. It just dies quickly.
Yeah, so this is interesting, and I'm really hoping that Sony pulls this out because I put money on him.
Totally not biased commentators, by the way. There may or may not have been some fun betting.
Oh no, like we're openly gambling on this stuff with fake money, but we're openly gambling on this
See,
stuff.
my non-bias would totally not be for personal reasons at all.
But yeah, so okay, so now let's look at the reverse of what we were talking about. So Sony's problem here is, like we've been pointing out, he's basically swinging those lock axes. That's his best weapon.
Yep.
The ice sword is probably the best. I think he's got an ice sword for his ninja. And even then, he might I think he might have the axe on his ninja. Or one of the axes on his ninja, and the ice +1 on one of his fighters. Like, I think he has both of the. He might only have one of the lock. I'm again doing that thing where I'm thinking faster than my mouth goes. Okay. Point being, Sony is in a suboptimal weapon situation. And given the situation overall, he's also in a suboptimal healing situation.
Hey, Life 2 is the best cure.
This is true. He still has a very limited collection of Life 2 shots. Like, this is not a spell he wants to spend a lot of. Alright, yeah, I see that Ice 2 coming out on Phi 2. I think that's the Flame Sword out of the Thief.
No, that sword is... Was that the defense sword he's swinging?
That might be the Rune Sword.
No,
Gets the stab on Lich 2.
That little pop-off on his webcam as well, just like, yes!
Wouldn't you pop off on the sap?
Yeah, I would. that's why it felt so good to see. It's like, yes, yes.
Yeah. ADR in chat making an excellent point. Chanigan is making sure to prepare a bit. Ooh. Okay. Chanigan recognizing one of his big problems that only one of his knights had spell charges. So I think he's going to try and pick up a level or two.
Welcome up,
this,
Barry.
yeah, this is smart. Having those life 2 charges, even just one life 2 charge, would have made all the difference. Because he would have been able to pick up his other knight, and then his knight could have picked up his black mage, and he would have had a completely different action economy for Chaos. So he may be looking just to get one charge on Toot.
Alright, meanwhile, Sony managing to take down Carry 2, still has plenty of heal pots and life 2 charges. This is looking like a good dive. It has potential.
Potential. The big thing is we already have seen some of what Chaos is packing. So I see 3 charges on one of his knights, and I think he's kept parity, so he has 6 life 2 shots to play with, and he's burnt 1. So even if this Kraken 2 takes out 2 party members, he's still got more than enough juice to pick everyone up. If Tia 2 does to him what it did to Chanigan. Alright, so here we get a good look at the weapon situation.
Yeah, Sony puts the Cure 2 hammer onto the main knights on his main knight, the one he's investing into. That way, if everyone else goes down, that knight can just Cure 2 himself. That was basically what we saw out of Chanigan, and then we saw Nuclear Nuke.
Yeah, but Sony is going to be in a much better position with that Ruse stick in hand, and I think he has an Invis 2 shirt still. But we'll see. Point being, yeah, Chanigan fell behind the 8-ball from that early punch out of Chaos. And, hey, look, like I said, if Kraken 2 knocks down 2 of Sony's party members, 3 party members a little less, miserable. And oh, this is bad, and you can see it on Sony's face, but he's still, oh no.
Yeah, Sony, the big mistake we saw there was that Sony recognized that the Kraken was punchy, and he had his, he didn't ruse up fully at the start, so instead that fighter went down before it could be put into a sustainable strategy.
Yeah. But, alright, you called it, Admiral. Sony had about half a dive's leeway. Like, he got one bad dive. So Chanigan probably, I think Chanigan's gonna have it on this dive. He ground enough to get his life 2. But yeah, you were about to say?
Yeah, our runners are going to be holding hands through here. However, Chanigan has far more offensive power.
Yeah, so this is gonna come down to how much this Topher, like how early this Topher starts killing Chanigan's characters. Because he did pick up levels. I think he only picked up enough to say hang an extra charge on Toot and maybe one on Soup. So
I don't know, he was grinding on T-Rexes that whole time.
okay, he might have fall 4 charges of life too. If he's got all of his life 2 charges, he could have. I think Chanigan is going to come out of this on top. Because he has the knowledge of what to expect, and if he's got the life 2s, he's golden. But we're not going to see until he stops to do some menuing. Because you're not opening those fighters' magic menus for anything.
Yep, just revival. Zap comes out again. This could make the fight a lot faster. Just get the instant RNG. Zap comes out. Ineffective. All right.
Fine. The Lich will go down in another turn or so.
Zap again. Might as well. Just holding A otherwise. Nuke comes out from Lich.
Excuse me? Oh. That's great. That's not going to be a problem Chanigan's going to run into. That was a couple of spells deep, I think, and he's going to kill this Lich before it gets there. Yep. Alright, I'm going to try and see if I can spot what his charges are looking like, and he is too fast for me. Dang.
Yeah, it didn't even open. Oh, you're trying to see the actual spell charges from the first part of the menu. Yeah.
I think I saw a 2 on on one of his. Nope. All right, that was his Black Mage. That was his level 8. So, all right.
Carry 2 comes out. We're going speed and power, it seems.
Mayo in chat coming in with the save. So it looks like Chanigan also got 3 charges on at least one of these knights. So, yeah, Chanigan would need some RNG hijinks to lose this lead at this point. But this is going to be a close finish regardless. And just remember, folks, this is the first of a best of 3, and things are only going to get worse from here, because in the next set of flags, the next round, which is going to be immediately after this race, the runners are going to include the possibility of 4 forced nuns, or 4 forced, with nuns being possible, and also including the maze option on the 4th floor of Sky. And if Sony takes the next game, in round 3, oh, just wait and you'll see. We're going to leave that one a surprise. Well, y'all are going to leave that one a surprise. I'm out after this, and I think
I believe it's Saracen joining me.
Saracen?
Yeah, you'll be joined in the booth by Saracen, and you'll hear more of my voice. Although I gotta give a huge thanks to Woat for like being super talkative, because I've been trying to keep it slow for my voice's sake.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just getting in all of the race's worth of talking now. Yep. So yeah, I'll tag out with Saracen, and I believe you, JLo, and Darkmoon are on crew for the duration. But this Kraken too, giving Chanigan a little bit of trouble. Sony was able to catch up coming into this.
Yeah, but is it gonna be enough though?
I mean, it's one of those things. He's gonna come out of this fight after Chanigan. Chanigan's able to put out way more damage than Sony is. That's just a fact.
I don't know. The menuing speed is also taking up some time for Chanigan.
This is actually very true. Sony, much cleaner menuing. With a dead thief, but that's okay. We got Lock 2 coming out. Moment of indecision, trying to decide what to do with his Black Mage's turn. And looks like that axe is, yeah, like I said, that axe is the best weapon he has at this point. And it's doing work, but it's a slow work.
It ain't much, but it's honest work. Quadex comes out. I didn't see who was targeting.
And Sony gets past Kraken too.
Yep. Gonna go ahead and deploy that Life 2. So I think Sony's down 2 Life 2 shots at this point.
Yeah.
So she's fine to have a full party going into Chaos. Chanigan back to Tia, lost the Black Mage, but should also have more than enough charges to have the full party for Chaos, and knows what to expect this time.
Even if only one knight came out with life charges, you would 100% want to. You can just revive the other knight that has life charges, so no matter what, if both knights have at least 1 life charge, you should be good after Tia.
Yeah. Alright, so Chanigan through Tia. Sony seeing Tia 2 for the first time, going to basically abuse the crap out of having a lot of tempers available.
Yeah, a lot of tempers.
Oh, he's only got 2 left, so alright, he's gonna burn the last of his tempers here, and we're probably gonna see Saber strats out of Sony on Chaos.
That makes perfect sense because, well, the Black Mage is a whole lot less useful. And probably just going to be used as a meat shield for Chaos on top of the Thief.
Alright, and we are into this fight with Chanigan not actually picking up the Black Mage. May have run out of life 2 charges, may have just decided, I have already wiped once, I'm going against Sawneyrath. I don't have time to pick this Black Mage back up. So we're seeing lots of ruses, lots of invises, making sure that he doesn't have the problem from last time where that Chaos punches a hole in someone and then you just can't catch up with that Cure 2 on healing. But yeah, we're seeing invises, we're seeing sabers. Probably about, Lock 2 starting to come up, the sabers coming out. This Mazza swing is going to be big, and it's going to have to be because we are down to a knight on Chanigan's side. Cure 2 hammer comes out, gets us back above nuking range. That doesn't stop us. 5 hits for 500. Sony hot on Chanigan's heels. Or not what you want to see if you're Chanigan. Ice 2 comes out, doesn't matter, we've got a ribbon. Crack comes out, ribbon
Chanigan
protect.
playing it safe. He's making sure he's getting as much HP as possible.
But can he afford to play it safe is the problem right now. Sony is hot on his heels and has a party that is also hurriedly buffing. He's still got tempers on his Black Mage on Sony's side. Chanigan basically trying to heal up for anticipating that nuke. Nuke rolls low, but that Cure 4 should be coming up here in the next couple of moments. Nuclear comes out, putting him back
rolls low.
Nuclear comes out on Sony's side. Sony, at this point, still sabering, needs to start swinging. This Chaos is not going to play nice. Nuke comes out. Sony on 2 HP! Decides to lock. Let 2 takes him down. He is forced out of Topher. And we are back to Chanigan's side. He is swinging again. It's 3 hits, 600. We've got 5 hits for 1,000. Stop comes out. Doesn't stop this train. Tornado comes out, 200. We've got a 5 hits for 900. Chaos is still standing. Cure 4! Cure 2's come up. Chanigan now realizing he's got to get back out of nuke range. We might see both of these runners wipe on Chaos and need to come up with a better plan than what they've been doing. Alright, Chanigan back out of nukeable range. Bane comes down, doesn't 265 him. Chanigan at this point just trying to get back up to being able to live long enough to swing, continuing to stack sabers. At this point, it's literally just, I need to kill Chaos in like 3 swings. 5 hits for 600. Nuke comes out. Down to 188. He takes the time to cure. I would have swung at that point. I think you just swing and you just
Chaos has 2 nuclears. First. Like, I'm pretty sure Chaos has 2 nuclears in the script. I would not take that risk.
I don't think that you can, like... Yeah, here comes the Cure 4 again. Like, Chaos is burning.
And there's a nuclear. Like, right...
There's the nuclear.
If nuclear came out right there when you swung, that would have been it. That would have been the end of the dive.
Yeah, but at this point, you're just kind of locked in this war of attrition that I don't know if you can win it. Because you're spending so many turns healing that you can't get the swings off before the Cure 4 comes back. 5 hits for 1,000, Zap comes down the line, Ink comes out, free turn. 5 hits, 900, Chaos finally terminated. Chanigan manages to eke out the win, and I believe Sony forfeit. I believe both of them, gentlemen's agreed to get the to forfeit as soon as one of them finished, because we've got 3 races to go through. And in an hour, 31 minutes, and 1 second, this race concludes, with Chanigan having finished at 1:30.56 to win the first match of this 3-game series. And I believe Saracen crawled into the booth somewhere in the middle of that. So, Saracen, did you enjoy that?
If you enjoyed that, you're going to enjoy round 2 quite a bit as well. It is spicy.
It gets spicier.
The gate has dropped. We are about 8 minutes out from this coming on up. So get yourself a snack real quick. Woat,
I'm going to go hydrate, and I'm going to hand this off to y'all.
You worked hard. I appreciate it. That was some excited commentary at the end.
Did you see what happened there?
I did. It was
Okay.
crazy.
All right. Yeah, since this is basically 3 in a row, possibly, interviews are going to be whenever this is all said and done. So sit tight, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. Saracen, Admiral, y'all have fun with the second round of Sawneyrath versus Chanigan. Sony, you better get the comeback. I have money riding on this.
Oh my goodness. That was one absolutely stunning performance out of Chanigan. That Masa was basically required in order to outpace with enough saber bonks. Because if something went wrong, and if the spells lined up with the scripts, you could have gotten directly nuclear, and there might have been no counterplay.
I'm going to say the forbidden words, Admiral Tryhard.
Hmm?
The Vorpal could have been better.
Yeah, I agree.
Those are the forbidden words right there. Taylor, you didn't miss much because that was just round 1 of up to 3. I mean, you did miss much. It was a great race. However, we've got match 2 coming up. It will be live in something like 6.5 minutes. They are going straight into it. They're on a 10-minute delay. The race room has already started for race 2.
Yeah. So, just get yourself a nice snack. Stay tuned because this is going to be another game of endurance, just like that chaos fight for Chanigan. Oh boy.
So, folks, for round 2, we have Force with nuns. Sorry, there are nuns. Generated Waterfall, Buff Bahamut Fight, Sky 4 Maze, and Shuffled Astos. This is more spice than I thought was legal in the tournament, but I am here for it.
Yeah, same.
And do you want to know what the 4 forced party is?
Do tell.
Are we ready for it, everybody? It
Four
is
force with nuns.
It is Black Belt, Thief, Nun, Black Belt, and the Thief has no promo spells.
So, folks, magic is a crutch.
We are going to see some interesting times, and then probably about 10 minutes of really uninteresting times as we get a Black Belt online. However, it is interesting times as we go into round 2 of this best of 3.
So, right from the party selection, we've got a dumpster fire, it seems.
I'll tell you what, Admiral. Usually when the race room is up, I grab the seed and I open it up and I check all the blurstings, see if there's anything particularly interesting. Obviously, this was a little interesting just from the character select. And then I walk into Canaria and I look at level 1 magic. I didn't even have to do that second part. The BB Malice, I don't remember off the top of my head, so I'm going to just open up the ROM again and see what we have. Because we have that time. We have about 4 minutes. The Malices, so the Black Belt has plus 15 strength, plus 10 vitality, Black Mage agility.
Alright, so Rustic hard required.
But this Thief. Alright, so this Thief is actually okay. I'm going to say that up front. Plus Vorpal. Can use a Vorpal without promotion. We're probably not promoting this seed because we have Black Belts. Plus 15 agility. On top of the 80 starting agility? That's nuts. But no promo spells. So
There's no reason to promote. It's literally just for a katana, and we have a force thief in this seed, and we had a plus katana before. We're gonna get a negative katana.
This is the spice right here.
This here, I can smell the dumpster fire.
Like, you can even see it on Sonny's face on the cam. He's like, what? Heck yeah. This is the garbage that Sonny lives for.
The wild Sony smells the dumpster fire, and he's like, huh? Wait, I feel a calling.
So what I will say is we are going to be... so the thief is going to be like the early game carry, just straight out. Like until we can get the grind going for the black belt, get up to, maybe 21 if there's a bad grind. We're gonna be relying on that thief swinging something. But this is going to come down to just a couple of factors. Can we find a grind? And does the item magic cooperate? Because, imagine a world where we don't have a lock item and we have a very evasive boss.
Yeah, that could be an issue. Another potential issue is, sure, we might find a grind, but is it very good for the early game when we have like no source of magic?
And that's the thing is, like, you might have to take a couple transitional grinds just to get to the point where you can hold something real.
Yeah. Yeah. Before this race starts, I think I'm gonna need to be right back.
Absolutely.
Prepare.
You got about a minute and a half. Getting the evil Canaria shop callouts right here. Oh, baby. Now, there's a lot of things that the thief can't wield, obviously, but, that call from Wout for the Vorpal -3 out the gate, I'm here for it. I am here for it. The things that would make this seed sad is if we find something AoE very early, where we get to truly embrace the item magic. I don't want that. I want to see these guys have a struggle bus early game and have to figure out the puzzle.
Right, seems I made it for the start of the race. Okay. So, hate the 13th in chat. Looking for a very bad Corneria weapon, and they're off.
And again, remembering just a few steps too late. Oh, we have a Saber +1 for 398. That's
all you need.
It's good, but can we save? No.
Do the runners start with any tents?
I guess maybe 1, 2, 4, no, 5. They started with 5. All right. So Chanigan is safe here. We're taking an imp grind. This is actually really smart. Poison on the imps. Brack on the imps. Oh, God. Oh,
This is
God.
a team, folks. They signed up for this, and they are going to get this. Sony just gonna go straight into Topher, hoping for something out of chests.
Well, you certainly ain't getting much out of imps this seed.
Werewolves have fast.
Not fast enough to avoid the escape from the party here. Looks like some cash and like a silver helm or something.
So here's the big question: what do you take on for fights? Because imps have Brack.
Your start is probably what Chanigan just did there, was like single spider and hope for the best. That zombie just survived entirely too much. You need to run from these zombies, buddy. This is unfortunate. The top black belt is down. That might actually be a conscious choice. Chanigan burning through the heal potions before even getting to... Why are you fighting these? You have to run. You don't have the stuff yet for zombies. Which... Whew.
Yeah, Sony.
You've missed Brack Imps, Wote. And they have Poison Touch. Sony has money and is picking up Saber +1. That Cat Claw, they're just to taunt us.
I'm gonna look at armor as well. We've got cloth. No.
Cloth.
Yeah, cloth. Some
So-
cabins. You wait. You don't even need houses. You don't have spell charges to regen.
So houses are a time saver too.
Well, not for. Well, it's more about saving your money in the early game. So I saw cabins and thought, oh, that's pretty good.
Right. That's definitely for the later on I'm gonna grind period when you theoretically have money. So Sonny walked back to town to pick up some stuff with all the wealth game. Hey, we don't know what's in the level 1 magic shops because nobody can use magic. The thief is no promo spells.
Five damage out of that thief. Love to see it.
We get a canal from the king and a crystal from Sarah. That is a very convenient crystal as we were going to walk there anyway.
This is actually a legitimate seed where pirates may be an issue.
Oh, that would be wonderful. So, life reboot, yeah, this is game 2. Hate, I skipped the magic check when I saw that nobody could learn magic, so who knows, it's a mystery. I haven't even put Hackster on my computer yet to check all the shops. We'll figure it out eventually. It'll be a journey of discovery.
Alright, well, say, volunteering to look at the seed for us.
Alright, bridge boss down. Sony taking a Toph grind, or the thought thereof.
No, he's probably trying to skip past the first encounter. He's trying to, like, cycle through to get to the one he wants.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to be picky with your encounters in order to survive.
Yeah, this one spider is actually a really useful starting encounter.
Let's see what Matoya's got. Maybe a... Wolves with Blaze? Sonny's just looking at it like, what?
Dark Moon, I love you. Dark Moon, our fabulous seed roller of the day, has given us quite the gift for game 2.
Seems that taking on those zombies actually got Chanigan off the ground a bit quicker. It also seems that grumps are one of the things that you want to take on.
Alright, so Chanigan, I think, gonna check the armor shop first. Alright, we're getting items first. That's a good choice. These are expensive healing potions, by the way.
And you're gonna need to buy a lot because that's all you're gonna get. But hey, you can just sell anything that isn't thief armor.
Oh, the taunting iron +4 right there. Oh, we're checking the weapon shop. Oh, baby. You know it's good when the
What?
2 black belt and 1 thief party goes to check the weapon shop in advance of pirates.
So, Wolt checking out the seed for us. We had life and exit at level 1, life 2 a bracket level 2, oh, and invis 2 at level 1.
Temper, Cure 4, and Warp all at level 3. Wow.
No promo spells.
No promo spells indeed. Alright, Sony has beaten the bridge boss. We are fighting pirates on Chanigan's side. I think Chanigan's going to be fine here because pirates die to one punch even from our very low level black belts. And Chanigan picked up a good number of levels before coming out here. Like 4 or 5 already.
Yeah, Grimps are actually... He saw a couple of them, realized he could take them on, and decided to do exactly that.
Okay, 6 and 5. That's decent levels. We get a ruby out of Bicky. So we're taking the long walk to go past the dwarves all the way down to marsh/elf. And I think we stop at elf and shop.
Shop for a
Like-
sword or armor.
Like, we legit hope that we find something like silver bracelets +2. You know, like...
Or copper +3 at this point.
yeah, copper plus anything is actually decent armor right now. Whoa, there's a real chance, but the other thing that I have to toss out there is both of these runners are more than capable of adjusting to this situation. Neither one of them is struggling terribly much yet.
Yeah.
Now, we've had a couple of bad encounters here and there, whatever. But, like, just looking at where we're at right now, these guys are doing fine. I think that we could see, funny enough, I think we could see another hour and a half out of this seed. I just commentator cursed this seed, I know.
Man, I volunteered to be in here for like the whole marathon, and then we're gonna get worse and worse dumpster fires.
So, speaking of marathons, did you know that we are hosting a marathon in June on the 17th, 18th, and 19th on the Final Fantasy Randomizer Twitch channel? Did you know?
The more you know. It seems Sony is going to be able to get past the pirates with just one black belt getting the EXP.
That's interesting. Cube loose in the first box of dwarves.
So we have Chiming Cube.
Sky, sky, sky. You can hear the people chanting. Sky, sky, sky.
Yep, the chat is in fact chanting.
Oh, Chanigan going bold. Going straight to Marsh on the assumption that the levels he's picked up so far are going to be enough to get in and out. Now, the reason I think this is bold is, what if you find your grind down there? What if there's just a paper eye sitting at the Marsh incentive chest? Like, you have to take it, right?
Well,
He's picked up potions.
like not right now when you could like barely damage even an eye, and Arbones with thunder.
Okay, well, yep, we're not taking that grind yet. This hypothetical grind.
Ooh, shadows with fog too. Scary.
Spooky. They're just going for ambiance, man.
Meanwhile, Sony getting bracked again.
The bracketing continues.
Oh, like... What do you even do with this seed?
You do exactly what the runners are doing right now. They are both, I think, playing incredibly smart for what they have.
Yeah. Like, there's part of me that just wishes I could find, like, you know, the Vorpal. Put that on the Thief, because the Thief can equip that, right?
Yes, they have plus Vorpal in the blurses. Alright, we've got a Sphinx here. That's actually kind of dangerous. That just hit for 55, and both of the black belts and the Thief
none of them can hit. Can't run.
Get out. Get out. Alright, we get an adamant, so we're headed right back where we came from. Chanigan is checking bonus chest. And
Honestly,
okay.
a better sword for the thief right here would be so good.
Yep. So we are at a point where this adamant can be TNT, herb, key to the second loose, or canoe.
And if
Or
and if
ship. Or ship.
we see a ship, where does the ship take us?
To Crescent Lake.
But we don't have canal yet.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
Canal
wait,
was
we
from
do?
the king.
Oh, right. I forgot about the king.
It's good to be the king, sir.
Yeah, I was too busy thinking about the Elven King's line of succession. I don't know if you're here in chat for that.
I might have been doing my run at the time, in which case I was rewatching Castlevania. Simul Adamants.
Yeah, so Wout and I were talking about what exactly is the Marsh Cave and why is the crown down there in vanilla?
I'm gonna guess it's because Astos put it there just to make you work for it. But we have shuffled Astos today, so
Would you like to hear my theory about the vanilla crown placement?
sure.
I think Marsh Cave is like an elf graveyard for like either heroes in battle or royalty.
That would explain why there's a, spike tile in front of the incentive chest, because you're literally robbing a coffin at that point.
Yeah.
Sony barely getting out with that thief, but has made up quite a bit of time from the... It was a small gap, but there was a gap between the two of them for a while.
Yeah, Chanigan got a bit quicker of a grind in Topher, but got slowed down by the blaze in Marsh Cave.
And Thunder. I don't think Sony saw either of them.
Nope, and just run.
Alright, we get the Lazy Dwarves, which I think you had last seed too.
Yeah, this is double lazy dwarfs, folks. The dwarves are stubborn and do not change.
To the ship, okay. So our logical progression from here is there could be a vendor item in Elf. There could be a vendor item in Crescent.
Or
Otherwise, we have an incentive item at the Sages.
There's also Sky.
Oh.
We have logical access to Sky.
Oh no.
Oh yes. And you see Sony just like, oh no.
Yep.
Because I'm very sure the thought crossed his mind as well. Like, please don't let it be up there.
So the good news is he has 3 weapons shops and 3 armor shops to check before he heads there. Actually, well, no, there's not one in Onrak. We have access to Onrak, but there's nothing there. Sony is gonna go check out some elf shops. I appreciate that play. Oh, we have the Ruby. So we have access to the Titan as well.
Okay. Surely there'll be some other item to make us go through Sky easier. Or like when we have to go through Sky, it'll be easier.
Alright, Chanigan giving us the Titan's tunnel check as soon as these tigers get out of the way. Sony, meanwhile, is stocking up. We need items. Astos is the Titan. Haha!
You've been trolled! 2 hits for 24. Yeah, I think you'll be able to get by Astos unless he has like a really bad spell or just nope out.
So I understand this. The logic is we're gonna go check the earth tiles.
Yeah. Like, what kind of tiles could you even kill at this point?
Really squishy eyes, and that's about it. But you need to know if they're there, and there are 5 chests that we could check here. Mud goals are not the call. The fires are not the call either. Okay. So we're gonna check the north, which is also the south tiles. Sony doing the same thing. Grey Worm. I don't like it. They hit hard.
Yeah, they hit so hard, and it's just like you can't even do damage to them either because you're rocking a saber +1. Sony promptly noping out of Earth Cave. Let's see if there's any compensation for staying in.
That is really the question. I really like that palette swap for the shadows. That looked pretty nice, honestly. You never know. There could be a Masa in here.
Nope.
Not in those two.
Chanigan also nopes out.
Cannot blame. Alright.
Oh, I have an idea. Let's leave. But where do you go? Trying to get Canoe Sage item.
I mean, you hope. But
I mean,
even then, the canoe doesn't really solve any problems for us other than giving us access to the Volcano Armory. Like, what is our best case scenario with the canoe is we find something in Volcano Armory.
honestly, no. Best case, we get a key.
I would love a key right now. That would actually be great. We get the loneliest item shop with just the heal potions. Vanilla copper bracelets. Saudi is buying vanilla copper bracelet. I cannot blame. It's actually useful.
It's actually useful, and that's the most unbelievable part. Rapier
+3. I actually like that.
Yeah, just a little. It's just a little bit better than the saber. Although you'll take anything.
Right. Sony was too fast on the sage. Oh, it was the herb. Okay, so Chanigan slightly saving time for the fact that he hasn't done his elf shopping yet, and Sony already has.
XP is unrunnable. This is really rough.
Yeah, and at this stage, it's not clear if you could kill one.
No, no way you can kill one. But sharks? I think I saw Chanigan take on a couple sharks, and it worked out well for him. Like, for me, I try to think of any encounter I could just, like, get a little bit of extra EXP on, because early levels matter a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, this is the gross set of encounters on the way out. Alright, all of that time I talked about being saved, yeah, it's gone. Encounter manipulation has failed. We get a crown. Okay.
Again? The last seat had the elf prince for the crown. You sure this is a, like, you can randomize the items, right?
I mean, we'll just have to go to sea and find out if there's a Masa -2 in the furthest possible chest of mermaids.
Ooh, Shark takes out Chanigan's thief. He decides, nope, I've had enough. What do we got here?
We get a loot. Okay.
Oh, wait, Iron Nunchucks +3, though.
Oh. That's actually big. For, like, 6 more levels. Which is enough. That's enough levels for it to matter, right?
Yeah.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, because I very well could be. But are we in a situation now where the silver bracelet, the gold bracelet, and the pro ring are all in Gaia?
Yep. They are.
Dark Moon, I love you.
They're all floater locked. Sony taking on some snacks.
Do appreciate some snacks.
Yeah, because again, just if you can kill it, it's the XP, and you need the XP. So where's our next logical item?
We did not get to Sarda yet.
So it's Sarda?
Sarda and Sky are available.
Chat is looking like it's gonna be Sky. Who say it with me? Sky.
So
He's going for it.
He is at this. If this fight on Sony's screen right now works out, it's enormous. I don't think it's going to.
No way it's gonna work out.
We're out of here. See ya.
One sandwich though.
Oh, Silver Bracelet was in Elfland and it was -1. Okay. I missed that because that shop went by very quickly on both screens. Chanigan gotta make that attempt at Astos again, now armed with the Rapier +3. So I appreciate what Sony's doing.
Chimeras are unrunnable.
Yeah, this is why early Sky with no magic is a thing. Shout out to Mirage 1 having absolutely nothing of value. Hello?
And more chimeras?
You don't even get the money at that point. What a ripoff. Alright, we're going up so that we can run into more unrunnable chimeras. Okay, we've got a Blue D that we're running from now.
Oh, so this is the trash part of the trash fire, and more chimeras!
We're out of here. See ya!
A single sandwich, though. I wonder if he could actually take on a single sandwich.
He's gonna give it a shot, and I really hope that it works out. Alright, Chanigan is past Astos. Sony not having those iron chucks is actually a concern right now. We're leaving. Okay. Sarda says... The bomb. Oh god.
Oh god, we
god.
have to ascend Sky. Folks, the first dungeon we have to go to right now is Sky.
Ooh, alright, so let's think about our situation here. We have to, in order to do Sky to get up to the incentive, we need to grind.
Oh,
we
Sharks have
cannot...
Death Touch. Oh, loose canoe. Loose canoe. And...
Oh, loose canoe. Okay, okay.
Oh,
So many... And Dragon +2? Oh. Okay, this is enormous.
Oh.
Okay, so let's reassess our priorities.
I see Rich Bork in chat. Please let Sky have the Oxyale.
So we have both of our loose. We have access to Waterfall now as an additional location. Waterfall has a safe-ish grind tile, assuming the encounters on the way don't kill us. Sony is headed back to Earth. Because I don't think Sony checked the third trap tile.
What a beautiful scene. It brings a tear to my eye.
And now chat's like turning on, like, Darkmoon did not make a heel turn here, folks. This is good so far. Like, we're 27 minutes in and they're finally getting like progression that means something. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, and that progression is grinding.
It is. You know, and that's just how these work. Here's the part that's going to be real tricky. Oh, we're getting an ice play? We got 5 spike tiles in ice. Yes, we were robbed of a forced sky with no magic. I get it.
Or
still
early sky with no magic. But,
I mean, we are still going to have to do sky. It's just a question of, does this open up opportunities? Checking spike tiles is a dangerous gambit at this point. Checking spike tiles in ice is a really dangerous gambit, but at least 2 of them are safe spots, and also have the benefit of being able to easily kill off the party members you don't want when you're ready to kill them off. Shubinator, I will tell you, it is too early to call that. And Lit 2 stick, Harm 2 shirt. These are critical items that Chanigan will never find.
so what do you do with them?
I would start Lit 2ing Gersnex as a start.
The Gersnex have crit a whole lot. They've been hitting the thief for like 50.
Wrong eye! Alright, so we have 3 bad tiles so far.
Coming up to the 6-pack grind.
Nothing in the lower chests. You ambush some sorcerers here, that's always helpful. Aegis +4, that's money. Terrible tile. Excellent. I believe Sony saved the Lit 2 stick and the Harm shirt, was it? Harm 2 shirt?
He did.
Yeah.
And he's using it against these shadows here, which seem to be paper.
Chanigan most of the way through ice now. We've just got the vanilla eye tile, and off and away we go. Frosty's here.
With the dragon sword.
Missed. Key. Okay, well, key is mostly worthless to us now because we have both loose.
Yeah. Sony buying a lot of cabins in Corneria. What do you think he's thinking?
I have the items to do a desert grind now.
I was thinking the same thing.
Alright, so... And even encounters like this, where it's 2 sharks and 2, was it Arsa hags there? That's a great encounter for the situation we find ourselves in right now.
Yeah, let's see. 600 EXP, getting up to level 8 and level 9. So yeah, Sony is running 2-man strats, it seems.
Which is good. Alright, Chanigan having the key is realizing that it's Ordeals, Waterfall, and Sky, so we have to go north. And we're headed to Sky.
Sky.
So we're gonna check this tile here, or this spot, and Chanigan doing work on the sandwiches. We could see both of our runners start a grind right now, right here.
Oh, they're paper.
They are. In which case we legit
sit down,
need...
folks. The double sandwiches are actually huge for Sony.
Chanigan needs to get rid of one of those black belts sooner than later. But at the same time, Chanigan's also at a spot where his 3 people hitting is taking out one of the sandwiches straight up.
All right, folks. Sit down, chow down on some sandwiches as we watch our runners do the same. This is now a food stream.
ADR calling for sandwich facts. Bringing up the hot lore about the Shai Hulud. Favorite sandwiches? Ooh, this is a very good question from Danny.
Now, one thing I consider about a sandwich is I really want like a tough bread to it. Like I want something like I take a bit of force to bite into because that just feels satisfying.
So, I appreciate that. And I'm going to counterpoint with the Euro. You get that shawarma and that nice pita.
Is it? Never mind. It totally is a sandwich. The Euro, I completely think of differently.
It's easy to do that. If we're talking about like more classical sandwich styles, I'm gonna go with the Cuban.
Yeah, the only issue with the Cuban for me is that like nowhere I go can seem to get them quite right how they were when I actually had them. Because fun fact, I am actually Cuban.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so I'm like extremely critical of Cuban sandwiches.
That's legit. Cannot blame. All right, Chanigan working to get some party members down while he's got a double sandworm here. I agree. At least we need to get that thief down. Or...
No, it's more important to get the other black belt down.
Maybe? Like...
The thief's evasion is making him very difficult to hit.
Okay, so we're not taking the party down. We're checking for a different encounter and hoping for something stupid. Okay, cool. I'm down for this.
Yeah, I just watched Sony try to fight 3 different, like, take 6 swings from sandwiches and none of them hit the thief.
I honestly don't mind keeping the thief up, I guess. Like, it's not that bad. We need 1 black belt to stay up? Oh, well, I mean, the Tyro's gonna do it. Okay. Or we're keeping the thief. Okay. And Chanigan, you do you. Sawney aiming for sharks?
I think I can understand his thought process where he's like, oh, ship go faster, so I go through like this long walk faster, but then, you know, boat mechanics are weird.
Yeah, the lower sea encounter rate is a real thing. Chanigan's thief down to 39 HP.
Oh, right, the sharks have death touch. That's why he was fishing. Just don't die, Black Belt. All right. That is actually so smart.
Yeah, that's, you know, huge if you can make it work. The sandworm has taken down Chanigan's thief. We are 19 and 19. We are tied in the race. Now, one thing worth noting is that Chanigan has more key items. By like 2. it's small, but there, right? Like,
That's a difference of, at this point, 1 or 2 encounters.
it's true. The other thing of note is that Chanigan knows where the canoe is, and if Sonny's plan is, I'm gonna power up this black belt, and then I'm gonna run through Sky and get my
I'm gonna
incentive.
Giga Brain. Yeah,
Chanigan checking alternative tiles here to see if perhaps there is some delicious blue steak.
yeah, I think Sony here's got the right idea because the sandwiches being a lot, just something very consistent. They don't eat too much into your resources, and it's like the second best thing you can find in terms of EXP.
Except when you have a T-Rex on the hard reset on the top left corner. Now, the downside is it bites real hard.
Yeah, that might be something you can come back to once you're like a 32 black belt. Or
I
Yeah.
think Chanigan's just going to make it work. It is very possible to just make this work. We're missing turn order, but
you need to get turn order like once and hope it doesn't have a lot of HP.
oh, it has plenty of hit points. It's taken over 800 in prior fights. So but we got one. The problem is it's currently slower than where Sonny's at, because Sonny's at 27 now, just taking these sandwiches. Chanigan on the blue steak, only at 24.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a fan of sticking on these sandworms because it's like 2/3 of the EXP if you get 2, and you just don't have to buy as many heal pots.
Sonny looks like he needs to restock, or
Yeah.
that he's done. And I don't think he should be done.
He is level 28, so he's heading to on-rack likely.
But why, though? So you could do that, you know. However, you have this other downside of going all the way over here for the item shop when you could have gone to Provoca, which was much closer.
Maybe he thought about Provoca and didn't remember if they actually had housing options.
That's fair.
Cabins. Exactly what he wanted. That, and he's also checking more shops for caravan item.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yep, black belt grind.
Yep. We are now 29 on Chanigan's side. This not having to leave bit has helped quite a bit.
Yeah. Although I do think Sonny's grind has been a lot smarter, and like the actual grind portion has been efficient. See, that's 29, so only a difference of 1 level in the time it took for Sonny to go all the way to honor I can come back.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of time loss on Chanigan's side for having to heal after all of these encounters. But once Chanigan hits 32, probably okay? Are we at 32? We close?
Yeah, he's like level 30, should be hitting 32 here next fight. There it is. Yeah, Chanigan's running out of heal pots real quick. He's hoping for like good turn order. The regular Tyros, are they any good? Yeah.
Half the XP.
And Chanigan, running out of heal pots, has to suspend the grind.
I'm wondering what the play is here. Because running down to Crescent is also slow, and the only thing that's there, item-wise, is healing potions. Like, we know it's just heals. There's no save items or anything else.
Yeah, but that is what Chanigan is missing.
We're going to the party member store. We're getting our people back. That grind is temporarily done. Which, what it really could mean is that Chanigan feels that it is time to bring the other two members of the party up in levels.
The question would be why you'd want that. Or for Chanigan, it's mostly a decision of I'm out of resources and 34 could be enough for one party member.
So, I think you know in this situation that you have to be ready for the late game, and ready for the late game probably means some extra levels on secondary characters. We know our progression at this point is in Sky. I don't want to bring lower level characters up in Sky. It's just a rough time.
Yeah, I agree. Sony just waiting around to take on, or not waiting, taking on like packs of enemies that are like smaller enemies. Although that was a pretty good from a grind tile.
Yeah, I am.
Like, it's a safe grind tile. It gave you like 7,000 EXP, which is higher than the average of the sandworm grind.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, neither do I. But if Sony has to grind more, he knows a good grind tile. Or either runner, because Chanigan's also going to see it. Well, we see a lot of Gurnaga encounters up in Sky, which is kind of nice for the EXP.
There is our floater.
So that means Sony will be pushed towards the canoe very quickly.
Yeah, there's definitely a moment of, hey, where's the canoe?
Where canoe?
Wool boat, where you at? These manticores are going to be a nice level bump for that black belt as well.
Yeah, all of the, like, a lot of these good EXP encounters have been unrunnable.
Yeah, Manticore is less scary unrunnables than when you're level 8.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the maze that is Sky.
It's amazing! Stun touch man cats? Hello?
Sonny is not too happy on his screen. He's like, uh-oh.
This is real bad. Not having that thief up is a problem.
Come on. can't even recover from the stun touch, and you just have to sit there and watch pain.
Yep, it's one of my least favorite things in the game, and that's why I love the remove stun touch option. Well, okay, so we know where our up teleporter is, sort of, on this floor.
This black belt hasn't even gotten up from like the second time being stunned.
Yep.
Oh,
This is the literal worst thing that happens in this game.
and down. That is so dumb.
Yep.
Like, how does a level 38, I think his black belt was level 38, not manage to get up from being...
Because it's kind of a coin flip. Like, it doesn't check anything that makes logical sense. Yeah, with this wipe, Sony has actually opted to forfeit. Bit of frustration, bit of feeling behind. I get it.
Yeah.
So in order for Chanigan to cement the 2-0 and move on in the brackets, Chanigan does need to finish the seed.
That's a bit of a yikes. Is he gonna come over for an interview at all? I should probably like get to look at the race room. Second race room. Let's see. But oh man, that is...
Sonny indicating he's going to wait, I guess, until Chanigan finishes in order to join. So
Fair enough. Give him some time to cool down, because oh man, that is some tilting levels of RNG on Mancats.
Yep. So one thing that's worth noting here, and it's hard to think about this as you're going through Sky Maze. Having the thief out front is actually the play here, because nothing is going to run from your black belt in Sky. This Sky Maze, we may need a cartographer.
Just yeah, you know
we
how
found it. We found the teleporter.
yeah. Fighter comes out. Bye bye, fighter. You were not forced into this party.
To 37 on the primary black belt. Secondary black belt is taking a nap.
Right? Tia comes out, 4 hits, 162. I don't think Tia's gonna have to hit a bit harder to take down a black belt. 3 hits, 111. I think, yeah, especially with the dragon sword on the thief as a backup, Tia goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So we've gotten the floater, you've got canoe, time to go up into the air. What was the loot again?
The loot was... What was the loot? Northwest Castle. I'm
Alright.
pretty sure Chanigan has that.
Yeah, I was looking at Chanigan's tracker, being like, wait a minute.
Oh no, we just have the crown. We haven't actually turned that in.
Oh,
Huh.
never mind.
False alarm, J-Lo. I'm sorry. We're not checking the item shop in Gaia. That feels a little weird. There's our rod as our vendor item.
The rod was floater locked as well. Jeez.
Yeah.
Everything's in Gaia.
To the tail. Womp womp.
Yep, totally gonna promote.
Sure. That's a thing that'll happen.
I mean, if we had fixed MDEF on, maybe.
So at this point, our Earth goes to Slab, goes to Oxyale at Lefane. We know how to solve for any problems. Because any problems in this situation means that you just grind the second black belt up and you can bring them both to 50. And then
Yeah, the solution is to just hit them harder.
Yep. 2 level 50 black belts, there's very little that ever survives that, and certainly nothing in this scaling.
Yeah, I'd have to agree to that.
Unless it's like, again, a super evasive or something.
Super evasive, or you just get, insta-killed by something, which is ridiculous. Yes, Shub. Sony did, in fact, forfeit. After being stun locked with a level 30-something, like upper 30s black belt against man cats.
3 man cats. Just 3. Couldn't get out of that horrible, horrible stun touch. Alright. Orb 2 has been lit on Chanigan's side.
Yeah, it's a bit of a... It's so rough. Like, you would think that MDEF would stop a touch long enough for you to get away. But multi-hits are a thing.
Multi-hits and the coin flip nature of getting out of stuns in this game.
Is it a coin flip?
I'm pretty sure it's a coin flip. It does not check your MDEF, I know that.
If it's, man, a coin flip that he lost about 13 coin flips in a row.
Yeah. Stun is probably the least balanced mechanic in this game.
Yeah, because as everyone saw earlier, it could just level a high-level black belt. You know what? Since Chad is asking, I'm gonna pull up the game mechanics thing to see how recovery works.
Sony confirming it is 50-50.
Yeah, he's like...
And it's a 50-50 that never feels like a 50-50, and I think you can actually get stuck in RNG loops in the process of it, so... Dark Moon, that is some dangerous Twitch math you've just engaged in.
Okay, cure the PCs each turn. It's a 25% chance.
Really?
Yeah, I am looking at it right now.
Wow. Okay, so it's worse than I thought, and it always plays out worse than that. Like, the follow-on problem is, you
Sony, that's
you need to invert
it's
that. You need
it's
3/4.
Yeah, 3/4 to the 13th.
But here's the follow-on problem: is you cure. Oh, that's this waterfall. We haven't done waterfall. We haven't done ordeals. So we just got our saber bonk out of Earth. Chanigan taking a moment to think through that. That's right. We didn't do all the dungeons yet. Did you know that?
Hey, look, unrunnable specters and gas. So yeah,
They should be running from this black belt. I'm surprised that they're still staying.
he's like level 39. He must have high morale.
I mean, we're using vanilla morale. It's like even
Oh,
the
that's not
undead
a
will
random.
flee
That's
sometimes.
that's not a randomized stat.
No, it does not follow the scaling. You have a separate checkbox for it to follow the scaling, which is really funny because you can, if you roll like 50 to 200 as your stats, and one of the fiends rolls low, it could be pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
So 2% chance of that stun sticking. But here's the follow-on problem: is suppose you recover, and the man-cats still have actions in the round. You actually don't get the action to take, and then if you do somehow get to the action to take, you have to RNG to actually have your action in the turn and not just get stunned again.
Yeah, so basically, you would need to do the recovery check last in the turn, and then get first in the turn order. That was just terrible.
Yep.
So like a turn where you can actually get a good action off is like a quarter times how many man cats were there? 3. So another quarter. So yeah, it was like
It was real bad.
1 in 64 that you would actually get an action, just assuming that each stun touch would actually stun you.
So, as I understand the RNG loop mechanic portion of all of this, because you are not actually doing an input for the stun, you can't change the value there. Because normally you have to like change your selections and the input speed in order to get out of that. But because you're not making a selection, I think that that's where the RNG loop is possible.
Sometimes FFR bites you harder than those TRXs.
It's true. And like I said, stun, touch, stun in general is bad. Stun touch, having an option to remove it is, I think, a really good thing in the randomizer. Shout out to devs for, implementing things like that. Also, having status element as a flag, also very helpful, because ribbon don't protect against your trances. So, unfortunate things, but here we are.
Yeah, that is just all terrible, and that's not something I'd want. I'll be honest, I wouldn't want to play anymore either if I found that in a seed.
Yeah, and I mean the problem of finding your floater and not knowing where your canoe is because the canoe is loose is another thing.
Yeah, just more pain. More pain to add to Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, one of the things that dissuades me from playing Final Fantasy Randomizer a whole lot is just these bad RNG things. But on the flip side, it is a very enjoyable RNG if you like to think with your head and like plan things out as much as you can. But in the end, you can't plan for that.
Right. Well, I mean, the question sort of comes is if you can recover, from the mental blow of that and go pick up the rest of your party and make the dive happen. I think the thief fixes it. Yes, we are in go mode as the Oxyale was in Ordeals, which means our ruse stick is in the waterfall. The slab is in the waterfall and the ruse stick is in Lefane.
Yeah, ruse stick might be necessary, might not be, depends on how bad Topher is and how punchy Fiends are. With a dodge tank up front, it's less of a worry if Topher's punchy, but at this point, it's for Chanigan, it's like knowing your opponent forfeited, so it's like being slow, or you don't have to be fast, you just be methodical, you try to be safe as you can, and don't tilt as well.
Well, we're gonna just go straight over to the Kraken side of the world. So in Sea Shrine, the only thing that can possibly run from you are the Arsa Hags. So I'm an advocate of Thief Forward here as well.
I'm honestly just an advocate of Thief Forward, even if some like a good chunk of enemies would run from you.
So I understand that. The possibility of initiative is really nice. The unrunnables where it's a large number of things and killing them takes time, like being able to make them run from you is really nice. We're just past to the point where that's a thing. Like, we've already done Earth, we've already done Volcano. Those are the two dungeons where that's going to matter the most. Ordeals, there's a couple of things that can run from you there. The sorcerers come to mind. I think the Zombies, for some reason, have relatively low morale.
We're talking about low morale for undead, so...
I know.
It could... Yeah, I am personally not a fan of, like, relying on making enemies run for me. Like, even if it's an unrunnable battle, I would still prefer the chance to get an ambush on them.
Yeah, I hear you. I think that matters a lot more when...
Oh, do we have sound back? Let's see here.
We're back.
Cool. Yep. So, thankfully that was not too long of a disconnection. I think I saw Chanigan go beat Kraken. Otherwise, it's just more.
Kraken is down. I did catch that very briefly when I had Chanigan's stream open directly. We're gonna level up the rest of the party.
Go stay safe, Sony. He's got some severe weather warnings now. Yeah, sometimes the world just decides that may have decided the winner from the start. Which, you know, it's fine.
Oh, we're not taking the whole party up. We're just seeing about killing off the thief so that we can get both the black belts up. I think we save more time by just killing the T-Rex. Or the Tyro. No, the
Yeah,
T-Rex,
just sit on the T-Rex until the thief goes down. You can just punch it.
Just even having the levels is fine.
I think Chanigan's going with what I said.
He's trying not to get the...
Sony forfeit, Sony responding.
It was an unfortunate time with stun touch man cats. And
Yeah, bad times. Bad times. Alright. So just using weapons to try to get the thief down.
I mean, it's fine, I guess.
68 HP on the thief, not quite nice. Can you stop hitting the black belt that can actually kill the T-Rex, please?
Okay. Thief down.
Punch. Baby punch goes out, big punch goes out, T-Rex down.
Unfortunate. By choosing to put the black belt up front, the T-Rex runs away. Now we get to see Bicky. Hello, Bicky. It's nice to see you walking around on the map.
Just put the thief up front. Because even still, that's like better chance to get good turn order.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's not like
You can't let the T-Rex kill your good black belt.
Chanigan doesn't have any houses to quickly restore that HP.
Does not appear to. Or maybe does, but doesn't care to use.
I didn't see any houses. Baby punch goes out and it's actually starting to do some good damage.
There's houses. There's like 20 houses there. It's just, I think it's so far in the menu. Just a bridge too far.
The T-Rex has about 1300 HP. Yeah, that is chonky. But level 42 black belt, that's going to be enough.
So, big fan of getting the bonus level. Oh, maybe the plan is we down the high level black belt so that the low level black belt can do a solo grind. I think that's the thought here.
Yeah,
Why we're just using tents.
But Chanigan is not in a rush for him to go down because, you know, a bit more levels on the high level black belt never hurt.
Right. Because it's just one hit from the T-Rex is going to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And Baby Black Belt is doing just fine in terms of damage at this point. 27 on Baby Black Belt. Down goes Big Black Belt. We're down to solo grind of the second.
Yeah. Can we get some good turn order? Yep, thanks. So we're gonna be going with double level 42 plus black belts, or maybe just get this one to 32 as like the backup. Level 29, almost there.
Should go get a master's degree after this. Turn in your papers, fight the enhanced Bahamut.
Honestly, that's some pretty good EXP. Because you get the levels before you promote, so you say that's the final fight for fun. A pretty good plan.
Like this this hit point situation where we're like, you know, it's fine. 81 hit points, we'll be fine.
It's 80 more than you need.
It's true.
Level 32. Just gonna start switching to cabins to hope it's more sustainable.
The stain doesn't super much matter, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to just like use your less important resources until you absolutely need them, or need the big guns. Like here, I would use a house because it went like a rough fight. How far do you take this second black belt?
I mean, I think you take it to 42 just so that you have two 42 plus black belts and you can punch through space and time.
Whoa, Galaxy Punch. We're almost there.
Soon.
Soon, TM.
I'm with Woad on the analysis here, because I am afraid of going through Topher with only 99 heal pots in some situations. And the black belts will chew through those pretty quick. Like, you almost want to leave the thief down to some degree just to not have to heal him.
Like, the thief is there to be like just a dodge tank. So you would just put him up in the front and hope for the best.
Alright. Chanigan has decided to be done. Or we're lost. We're finding our ship. Alright.
I was like, wait a minute, I didn't say it. I didn't come here by boat. I came here by airboat. Gonna bring up the thief. Realize that there's no heal pots in Corneria.
Unfortunate.
Chanigan deciding, nope, I don't care. I'm gonna dive Topher.
He's got 90. Alright. That's like almost a 10% reduction. However...
But you have a second level 42 black belt.
Exactly. We also have a thief who can survive nukes. That's kind of funny.
Oh, Gasties. Whoa.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, good job, Thief.
Alright. Thief, proving the value, we're leaving. Thank you, game, for continuing to troll us.
Gasties are probably more survivable than Lich 2 at this point.
You don't just punch those worms? I don't know. I think you just punch those worms. Whatever. We're going.
I mean, you just don't care at this point. If you punch them, that's more of a chance they chew through your resources.
You're right.
And yeah, black belts with the lower agility, yeah, they'll probably take a few more hits. Hello, Mr. Speed Bump.
Hello, Swirl.
Orange. 9 hits, 884.
Lich tries to give the party a swirly and instead gets swirlied himself.
He gets dunked into the toilet.
191 agility Gasties. What a day to be alive.
Were you there when we looked at this garbage I rolled like last night or 2 nights ago and how high agility enemies I had?
I was not there for that.
So 150 to 300% scaling, but every single boss except for Carry 2 and Lich 2 had max evasion.
So there's this flag. Let me tell you about this flag.
It was set to very low.
No, there's a different flag that you should consider. And it's that overflowed stats wrap. And that means that when you have bosses who roll 266 as their evasion, it wraps them to about 11.
That is pretty funny.
Whoops, I'm too fast for my own good.
I'm too fast and I'm slow. He's hitting my after image. We see
Nuclear Kraken. Carry 2 apparently just fell right over, which I'm a fan of.
Yeah, she opened with nuke though, so it chewed through more heal pots.
Chanigan is getting good luck on the run to get away from all this garbage, so that's nice.
The only enemy that's faster than a gas dragon is the frost dragon. That is hilarious.
Frosties are a real pain. Oh, in this seed, yeah. I believe that, and I feel like we may have seen one attempt at a Frosty or something earlier this seed that's just like
And he couldn't hit
three misses, we're gone. Alright. Chanigan, fight.
it. Ooh, ink.
1151, 432, okay.
And
980.
Chaos still up.
462 and done. Okay. GG Chanigan. Side note, remember what I said earlier about the expected time on this seed? This was faster than game 1.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
All right. I honestly, I couldn't believe that up until I saw those sandwiches in the desert, because sandwiches are the perfect thing to get an early game grind going.
Thank God for those sandwiches.
Anyway, welcome to the booth, our runners,
Hello.
Chanigan and Sawneyrath.
Hello, GG
GGs.
Sonnies.
GG's.
The first one was more enjoyable than the second run.
The first
Not gonna
one,
lie.
you were a hero battling chaos, like
Oh, man.
living by the skin of your teeth, rapping through the spell script they seek here for. The second seed, we're just watching you eat sandwiches
Yep.
and steaks.
Oh,
Did you know
the
that we had
second
sandwich facts
one- Oh, really?
and just general food chat stream?
Oh, this is what I like to hear. And the first one, okay, first seed. Man, it was fun. Okay, Fast and Nuke being level 8, not fun though. Thank God
Yeah.
for that. Katana +4 and Masa in -2 in Mermaid.
All right. Yeah, that.
Chanigan, excuse me. You went to Mermaid and you left Bubbles.
Yep,
You have offended me
yep.
and injured my honor.
Okay, when I pass next to Bubbles, I'm like, oh, it's gonna just not like me. I'm gonna skip her, not carbonate her.
You did it on purpose. Wow, what a big statement.
Disrespect.
Yeah, I hope the luck goes the other way for you next round then. That is shocking.
But yeah, first seed. As soon as I wiped on Chaos, I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna make it a second time. I need the what's it called? The ruse stick, and maybe a few more levels. Just get some HP on my teeth and the black mage. So those blue Ds in the lower right corner were pretty tasty.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I can see that.
yeah. Man, the first seed is such a blur right now.
Yeah, like I don't think I remember anything about the first seed other than lazy dwarfs and the whole like elf crown prince
Oh, yeah.
conversation we had in the booth here.
Yeah, Lazy Dwarf back to back. Like I'm like, okay, I get the adamant. I'm like, okay, this is fine in the second seed. I'm like, all right. I get the TNT again, and like, oh no, not Astos again. I can't beat him right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, thank God it wasn't Astos. And those iron nunchucks, I should have got them earlier in Elfland.
Yeah.
They helped a lot.
Yeah, and I know Chuck. I think if I remember correctly, Chucks always spawn in the first 3 towns, if I recall correctly.
They do.
Yeah, so I should have checked. Elfland.
Yeah. There was
going
one
to,
thing you
the-
actually missed though, Chanigan. In the second seed, Earth 1, there's a lit 2 stick.
Yeah, the bottom room of Earth 1 had a Harm 2 shirt and a Lit 2 stick, and that's how I was able to actually get my black belt ground up as soon as I did, because I was like level 8 when I started hitting the sandwiches and just relying on the Lit 2 stick to actually get the damage out for me.
Yeah, it was about the same levels. Maybe 9, but I was very low level when I started my grind on the sandwiches. But I had the iron nunchucks, and yeah, it was doing some good-ish damage, like 30-35 per hit, and with the sandwiches having only 130 HP, something like that.
They had like I think they had under 130. It was between 120 and 130.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of HP, so
Very
going
tender
pretty,
sandwiches.
yeah, it was going pretty well.
They were just the most tender sandwiches you really could
Yeah.
find.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like the Euros Saracen we're talking about.
And yeah, in the first seed, buff Bahamut just completely destroyed me.
Hey, same here until
Yeah.
I had the ruse stick and went in and redid my strategy and was still only swinging the lock axe.
Yeah, I tried twice, pretty much as soon as I got the airship and the tail. I'm like, all right, let's try this. I maybe can do it with the saber gauntlet, invis, helm, and a few casts of temper. Like, yeah, I think I can do it. The infernal swirl and something else. I'm like, yeah.
He also
it's not
hit
happening.
it
There
pretty
was
hard.
Thunder Inferno Swirl.
Yeah, and like I had 2 ribbons at that moment, I think, or maybe just 1.
You had one at the time.
Yeah, because the one that I found when I was like, I need a ribbon or something for Bahamut was the one in Dwarf Locked.
Yep. There was one there, and where was the other
Mirage one.
Mirage? Yeah. Yeah. I just kept promoting, at least until I got a few more levels, and I think the air and water orb lit, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, you had the Masa, so you'd
Yeah.
not see.
Yeah, I had done C. Yeah.
Yeah, that is. That's pretty much how Seed 1 went. And then Seed 2. Do we even want to talk about Seed 2?
Man, okay. I'm like, all right, we're having only melee, no spells at all, because Thief, one of his malice was no promotion spells. So I'm like, okay, Thief magic is just completely useless. I'm gonna go grind on the Ibs.
Brack.
Yeah, Brack, and like, okay, that's not happening. I'm going into Temple of Fiend, and the first encounter was a spider. And I took him a few times. Maybe I think I took him twice while getting the chest. So just so I can get level 3 or 4.
The first encounter in Toph was actually Gur-Imp Werewolf, and the werewolves had Blaze.
Blaze.
if I remember
Blaze,
correctly.
yes.
Yeah, it's Blaze.
So yeah, like that first encounter wasn't happening. Then 2 and 3 were the spiders.
Yeah, and yeah, it was just enough. I was doing just enough damage with the Thief to get Garland.
I was
And-
a little concerned when you took the 3 zombie fights.
Yeah,
and-
okay. It was good experience.
Yeah. High risk, high reward.
Yeah. And as soon as after I defeated Garland, I'm like, all right, talk to Sarah, talk to the king, talk to Sarah again. I'm like, oh, what if one was Astos? I'm like, I'm dead. I forgot about that flag for a second, and thank God it wasn't. Astos wasn't one of them.
Bastos had been one of them. That would have been a massive
Oh
roadblock.
yeah. Yeah, because right at that moment, we only have what?
Vapor +1.
Yeah,
And a
Saber
dream.
+1, and that's it. So
We would have had to go to 12.
I don't know. I took Castos at pretty much at 12 too.
I thought on the second
Maybe
seed, I thought you
lower.
took him at level 9.
Yeah, maybe lower because I had the Iron Chucks.
Yeah, you did Astos before you went to your grind, so you were like level 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And then-
after
And then Sky happened.
that, Sky happened and Sky Maze. God, I got lost like 3 times. I think I went back.
You,
3
do, you,
times.
do you know how to navigate a maze, Chanigan?
I always go left.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
one.
But yeah,
the other way is to always go right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rule of right. That's what I've always heard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the rule of right and the law of left.
But yeah, I took the second black belt just sort of. I don't want to say safety.
Just to keep us in the booth longer. Yep, thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, just in case the like the Fiends are a bit tough, and if one of them like has a bunch of evade, so just in case, I'll grind another black belt. It won't take too much time, and took what 6-7 minutes tops, maybe less.
Yeah.
Wasn't too bad.
It was like 7 minutes for you.
All right.
Yeah, that was still fun. Too bad we weren't able to play our last seed. We had something
I
spicy.
mean, after that, I was like, no, I'm not doing game 3. I would have just immediately been like, nope, you're taking it. I'm not doing game 3. Not after that. It wasn't even tilt. It was just, all right, weather's telling me no, game's telling me no. I just need to listen here.
Yeah, you stay safe, Sony. I'm gonna ask you for like any other thoughts, and then let you go first.
If the weather tells you no and the game tells you no, you need to listen. Otherwise, this happens.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Chanigan, you've kind of been going on for a bit. Any last things?
Not really. Thank you guys again for jumping on this mess. It was a bit last minute, but yeah, thank you again. Thank you, Dark Moon, for restreaming, and thank you, Admiral and Saracen and Wout for commentating, and JLo for tracking. Thank you again to RPG Limit Break, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. That was still fun. I had a lot of fun. And
All right.
GG Sony too.
Thank you, Chanigan. Saracen, you want to get any thoughts out, or I've got a to-do list before we finish up stream.
Well, I was gonna start in on the to-do list. Well, geez, this was a fantastic race. I mean, I understand the forfeit. It feels bad, but it was really enjoyable watching you both go at it in the early game here. As far as our laundry list of things, so if you are interested in Final Fantasy, you should go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Join the Discord. The link is posted in the chat right now. Coming up soon, May 15th, that is less than 2 weeks away, we have our Duckling Boot Camp for the summer class. That is starting May 15th, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on RPG Limit Break. That is the new player program where we teach you how to play the randomizer. We start out with some fairly beginner seeds, get you into the basics, move through topics. It's a little curriculum. We've got extra credit courses that come out on Thursdays. So look forward to that. If you're new to the game, it is an excellent way to get in. I think pretty much everybody who's come in the last couple of years has done them, and it's a great way in. Coming up in June 17th, 18th, 19th, we are running a marathon on the Final Fantasy Randomizer Twitch channel. Submissions are open until May 29th. It is not just Final Fantasy, it is whatever randos we feel like showing off and whatever people submit. We are doing this as a benefit for charity. The charity is the Liam Foundation. All of the proceeds will be going to the foundation. Other than that, thank you, Tryhard, for being a fantastic host for these two matches. Thank you, Dark Moon, for restreaming. Thank you, JLo, for tracking. Thank you to both of our runners for being awesome people. Thank you, chat, for being awesome, engaged people. And Admiral, take us on out.
Yeah, so we are actually going to raid Speed Gaming 1. They are currently doing their own marathon right now, the No Kid Hungry Marathon. I'm not too sure about the details, so be sure to ask once you join the raid. Ask and learn more about that there. And that's all I have. That's all I have here. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
Dude, it's been like 4 hours for you.
Yeah.
I can give a quick bit of exposition on the Speed Gaming Marathon. that's going on right now. It's to benefit the No Kid Hungry charity in order to make sure that children around the world are able to be fed. So it's a very good cause.
Yes, food is a good thing.
All right,
All
we'll
right.
stick around for the raid then, and have a good night, good people.